happened previously?
Sure. We have uncovered a vast conspiracy embroiling a lot of the old king's old guard to depose/assassinate the queen in favor of her older brother, who happens to be hiding in the slums right now. And we've got about 12 hours to do something about it.
That's
Maybe less.
over in Cutthroat Alley. So I think we kind of ended with you having just left the temple.
I think so.
I think I was.
We had to make 2 trips because of all the crap someone decided to bring along with her. But
Whoops.
Oh, and did we do the your level up stuff? As far as taking the.
I think so. I think we divided it.
We divided it, but I didn't like buy any checkboxes. I don't think. Oh yeah, because I was gonna look. I was gonna look through the thing and pick some cards, which I looked through the things. I just never settled on which cards to actually pick.
I'm either short 1 checkbox or I've got them all checked. I guess I'll start counting checkboxes and see if that makes anything clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to find the notes where I wrote down the ones that because I think I had a couple of questions on some of them before I picked, but I'm not gonna hold that up. So just pretend that I picked, and we'll deal with it later.
Will's checking his. Laura, had you?
I think so. Yeah, I did.
I think I'm set.
Okay, and then Paul, do you remember how many checks you had?
How
How much
so.
money
I'm
you
trying
had
to make sure
last time?
Yeah, I totaled all the money. I'm just trying to remember which of the spreadsheets is the one we're actually using.
There's the one that we put up there that's the Gauntlet character.
Or the Gauntlet one.
Yeah. Open that up.
Huh? I'm still sitting in Dave's house.
You're what?
I'm still in Dave's house. If you look at my background.
Oh, yeah. When we took a break the other day, Paul went ahead and just like you just snip it out
Yeah, I just took a screenshot and snipped out his background and then just put that as my background. And he noticed it pretty quickly, though.
It's always a shame.
Yeah. I should send it to you and Mikey so that next time we play that like all of us can just be sitting in Dave's house. Hey, do you remember when we played this with you, me, and Greta? Not Greta, Beta.
Oh, Jeddah.
Your friend whose name ends in ETA, Jeddah. That guy that played with us, what was his form? Is that Scooby Thulu?
I think so.
Okay, all right.
I believe he was. Yep. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Okay, so what are y'all doing?
I think I was recommending that we do something to rile up Cutthroat Alley.
Mm-hmm.
Like spread rumors that the oh man, I don't remember his name. The current usurpation subject, the one who's hiding out in Crowsfoot Alley, or in Cutthroat Alley.
Oh goddamn! Let me check his name. Whoops. I'm having a total brain fart on I think Ravina was talking about him. It was I want to say Lars. I know that's not right. Um, Rhys.
Rhys.
Yeah.
And Wigan is apparently the mole in the Thieves Guild and is probably keeping Rhys in his properties. And I feel like some or all of this information would be very interesting. That some members of Cutthroat Alley might find all of this very interesting, and anything that makes life difficult for Wigan and his properties in the next 8 hours is probably a good plan.
Mm-hmm. Sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
All right. Cutthroat Alley. It has an actual name, but nobody, like none of all of you care about it. Like basically, all the thieves and criminals of the city, and most people just call it Cutthroat Alley. Good portions of the alley are actually owned by several members. The One-Eyed Giant Inn is owned by Durgan the Hooded. You know that Wigan, who's a smuggler and who is apparently behind what's been going on, is actually often, you're not sure where, but he's got a lair that's somewhere around here that his people seem to congregate at. Rippus's Bakery, he is a fence. Also quite a good baker. Church of the Empty Hand, they kind of do their best to help the poor. Father Chrysop there it's considered bad form to rob him. Like, they mean well. It's a religion from abroad. But so, like, as far as everyone's concerned, there he's kind of, don't touch him. He's fine. Grunart the Locksmith is a weapons dealer. And there is also a gambler's den that you can enter sort of through his shop. It's one of those secrets that's a fairly open secret.
So Wigan doesn't necessarily own any of these properties?
Wigan's Wigan's like smuggling crew spends a lot of time here, but like you're unaware if he's specifically allied with someone here, but like as far as if someone wants to see Wigan, it's usually right around, it's somewhere around here, and just kind of the crew of his. You don't know where the smuggling and such goes from, but seems to be in this area.
Who here can we trust?
It's always a little hard to tell because you don't know who all Wigan might have gotten to. Father Chrysop is generally outside of the politics and such of the Thieves Guild, but also since he lives here, tends to know a bunch of people. Grunart tends to be fairly neutral in a lot of things because the Gambler's Den bring in a lot of money, but that's also like the Gambler's Den and then One-Eyed Giant Inn are both places where Wigan might have inns because the Gambler's Den is an easy place to sort of bring stuff in and through because the cops are paid to look the other way because occasionally some fairly rich clientele will go to the games at the Gambler's Den. And it seems like a fairly normal night when you're there. Maybe a few less people on the street than normal. What do you do? Where do you go?
I mean, Grunart would be an interesting place to start.
Yeah,
I'm almost wondering.
Go ahead.
Oh, go for it. No.
Wasn't there? I think last time we mentioned that one of these places deals with like kind of illegal weaponry, forbidden weaponry. Is that
Gridarts, yeah.
Gridards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be interested in some of that stuff. That stuff probably goes for a bit of money.
All right, so y'all head over to Gridarts. Okay. Let me move y'all down to just over to the right.
Are we robbing Gredart or trying to
No,
elicit information from him?
I'm assuming, were you going to talk or are you going to go try to rob?
If an opportunity presents itself, I might slide something in my pocket, but
Also, if you
not.
have, yeah. Zoom that in a bit. Yeah, Gredart. Yeah, so you're just walking in the front door. Looks up. What are your experience? Gredart sells weapons and such. Is that something that any of you have done, or and also runs the gambling den? Are either of those things that any of you have gone to him for before, either for the gambling or maybe for some special weapons?
I have almost certainly been to the gambling den at least once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's a lively spot. Right, it's good to soak in the to soak in the what's going on in the area there.
Yeah, no, I think this is probably a place where some of my other thieving friends come, and I probably know my way around these parts.
Okay. He's probably been there enough that he might recognize you. Yeah, as he looks up and he's in there, standing behind the desk. Usually he'll be like sitting on a chair or something. Sort of looks and Twyla. And then also looks over the rest of you, nods if he knows you, and he's like, "Good to know that you escaped the purge."
For the most part, I'm happy that we're all still in one piece. I have the feeling, though, that these things are far from over.
Well, you never know. Seems like things got a little quieter since they got rid of a number of people. Hopefully there's not another one. So did you come for some gambling tonight or for something else?
I think Twyla kind of saunters up and it says, I'm always in the mood for gambling, but I've also heard rumors about somebody being stowed away here. Are you familiar with these rumors that I've heard?
Kind of gives you kind of a quick look, and let's take a look. What are your... Go ahead and in here we'll say there is a 3. If everybody wants to kind of pull 3. So here we'll have you use your skill, like your social skills. You got 2 checks in charm. So, for him, if he is being suspicious, let me pull up that out. And also, so he seems like when you mention it, you do notice that he seems like a little more alert. Like he's already kind of like looking around. When you notice it, you can kind of see he gets a little bit tense. So if he's someone sort of like active, staying alert, alertness is probably a 5 there. And then the other thing that you're going to be kind of going against is likely to be his guile. And for most people, that's a 2 or a 3.
All right.
But this guy runs a gambling den.
Yeah. And also, this is why I don't remember this being a big thing in the actual rules, as far as like when playing cards for this stuff goes. So what I'll say is here I'm gonna give you 2, like basically like the 2 you have can either work as 2 points total, or you could use to like lower his suspicion of you a bit. Like it could act as either 2 face down cards. You can use it to add 2 to your total, or 1 and 1.
All right. So what's suited for this, or is that not how?
Yeah, I think in this one, I think finesse spades will definitely be one. And what else would you like to have?
Let's say clubs. I think that Twyla's not going to be afraid to get in his face a little bit.
Okay.
Twyla,
I'm really nice, but I will beat the living shit out of you if I have to.
You know it. Yeah. And then I'm going to do 1 face down.
Okay. And
Twyla has a check and intimidate, unlike the other 2.
Yeah, your queen's worth 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of more than enough. But it's also going to lower the suspicion. So, or yeah, if you want to use both of them basically to eliminate suspicion, because you also have those 2 checks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's not at all suspicious. He just kind of like looks over and is like, "Who's been making televisions?"
You know how I work. I don't reveal my sources. I just have good ears for this kind of thing. I've heard rumblings. You know how it is.
Twilight, I know you I trust, but I'm assuming, and kind of looks over at Samantha and Dominic. Samantha, have you been to the Gambler's Den? Paul, I can't tell if your mouth is moving because you're Kilroying it right now.
Oh.
Okay, so
I mean, I've been there. I don't frequent it.
okay, so not enough where he kind of knows you well.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know Dominic, I don't know you, but there's certain questions that are sort of dangerous to be asking, particularly here.
Well, in our line of work, any questions are dangerous.
Yeah, but tonight in particular, the question you're asking is a particularly dangerous question.
Is there any other place that this question would be particularly dangerous to be asked?
Let me just say that as of tomorrow, no one's going to care. For right now, maybe stopping asking questions would be a lot better for me. If other people here, they don't know you like I know.
I think Twyla just kind of nods her head. Look, any information that you can give us would be of help, but if not, we'll leave you to it.
It's just because, I mean, why do you need information? What are you looking for?
I think Twyla kind of looks to her teammates in the back, and kind of like
I guess I will.
When in doubt, just scream justice and charge.
I'm going to. Well, does that happen, or do I say something first?
Zero
I think that Samantha just does that, and then you can say something else too.
First of all, we're thieves. Justice is maybe not the thing to yell.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that doesn't happen. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it may happen in a moment. We'll see. So I just casually draw while I'm leaning up against the wall and say, you know, well, big changes. If big changes are coming, some of us might want to be on the ground floor of things. You know, get a good chance to jump when the wind changes.
Kind of like just takes a look for a moment. Make your play.
Okay. So what's suited?
Yeah. So the way you're doing this, we'll go diamonds, Kyle.
Okay, and I'm going to say that hearts is suited as well because, well, this is very overt sweet talking. Woof. Okay, how's this going to happen?
And your fellowship can do the same thing with those 2 marks. 'Cause, yeah, you are approaching like a. Hey,
okay.
We're cool.
All right. So I'm going to play the Queen of Hearts, which is 5 points, and lets me turn another card into a heart, which is this one. That is 8 points. And then I will use 1 point to bring myself to 9. So 9 points on the play, and the other point reduces suspicion.
Okay. Yeah. So that would be. Yeah, that just leaves 1 suspicion, which is not much.
Not a score of 9 on 1 suspicion.
Yeah, and he just kind of looks and he's like, right now things are really tense. We got a ton of guards walking under our feet right now, and asking can get you in trouble. However, tomorrow some things are going to happen. It's going to go down. If you want to come then. Or maybe wait a day or so. But as for Wigan, I can vouch for you.
Definitely would appreciate the favor. And I give him kind of smile. I smile at him.
Right. A little surprised you weren't gathered up in the purge, but just now's the time to keep your head down because Wigan moved in with a lot of power. He's got some powerful friends. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but just stay careful. You gamble tonight or just...
Always.
All right. He just goes, same as normal. Just head through the forge into the storeroom. And there's like kind of another storeroom back there. And then you kind of hook around until you get to, there's a secret door. You just knock on the door, the guards will be there. Okay, you head through?
I'll sort of let my...
I'll hopscotch the 3 of you. Yeah, you kind of head on through the back, and then there's the thing that kind of goes up, and we'll kind of put you all in the same room. You can at least see... I don't know if anyone's doing any thievery on your way to there.
Yeah, with the cards I've got in my hand, I'm not doing shit.
Oh, the other thing is also when you get into 13, at that point you're looking at a level 5. You can pull up to 5 cards in your hand.
When we get to 13, what do you mean 13?
Basically, in this room, actually in these 2 rooms, it's 13, or it's level 5. And
good times.
Room 13.
I'm going to give Twyla a very, very meaningful look as we leave the locksmith behind. One of those sucks air through teeth looks.
I think Twyla just kind of like shakes her head. What kind of is there anything super valuable in these rooms?
Yes, I mean as you head through, the thing is, if you have craft or craft, finance, or ranger. Basically, craft, finance, ranger, engineering and 11 in the forge, and then you've got like some good stuff, both with craft and finance, in the 2 storerooms.
Bah.
I've got finance. I also have enginery, but I'm not sure I necessarily want to steal from. I mean, that's pretty ballsy, isn't it? Stealing from the front room of a store while the proprietor is running the place.
Well, I'm talking the ones like because he kind of waves you through like through the forge and through here. So yeah, as you walk that way, those are the ones we're talking about.
I'm following along, but keeping my hands to myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of my element. I don't really know what anything's worth here, so.
I mean, do I have the opportunity to point things out quietly as I walk through? I mean, I guess that means that would be I don't know at what point that turns into a looting action.
You might be able to kind of talk about some stuff, but I mean, if you're not taking anything, you have to do a looting action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so leaving this place unstolen from.
Yeah, I feel like we need to stay quiet at the moment.
Okay. So as you get towards the door in the back, and it's rather dark in that back room, but this pops up. Who wants to be Una and who wants to be Isolde?
No. Headed down the sewers.
Probably a smuggler.
They got nowhere to go down, or they go everywhere down there.
They're smugglers.
No, it's all connected. Saw one go downstairs there.
A smuggler?
Yeah, with the boss.
Oh.
Yeah, I was off shift and saw him walk out of the kitchen at the Giant 10 minutes later.
Are those stairs in 13?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stairs.
Up or down?
These ones are, I believe they're down. These go down.
Everything in that room looks like stairs.
It kind of looks like the shifting staircases like in Harry Potter. Like that's what I'm imagining in this room.
I'm imagining we're in the Winchester mansion.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It goes upstairs.
Okay. So if I understand, I don't know if I can ping in the fog of war, but oh shoot, what's it's long? Oh yeah, it's long press for the ping. We're hearing that through here.
Yep.
Okay.
Basically, where the guard, like you're supposed to go through there, knock on the door, and then the guards will, then the guards let you in.
Are we pretending to gamble, or are we going quiet now?
I mean, it wouldn't be unusual for us to be seen here, right? Like,
yeah, maybe no one would blink twice.
Yeah, I think it's fine if we just waltz in.
Okay, head through.
Yeah, I think.
What I'll do right now to make it easier, I'll just have one of you. I'll put a couple of them out here. We'll just have one token, at least until we have a need to like split it up. You just like knock on the door.
Oh, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, y'all disappear in the thing. As you knock on it, there's just a moment where it opens up, and there's 2 guards there. Normally, the guards they might have like a leather jerkin on or something, but I mean normally, it's sort of walking around close. But here you actually notice like they've got like greaves and like a helmet and such on, like we're in this room, which is highly unusual.
Do we recognize their uniforms?
They're the guards that work with with Grunart. Yeah, Grunart. These are like just some of the same ones you've seen before as you've come through.
Okay.
It's just that they're better armored at this point. Because, yeah, coming through.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of go and they do a knock on the door, like up at that north wall, and put you through. And now, all throughout here, there are a bunch of people gambling. You have a couple guards that are in that area, and it's really well furnished. You have some of the people there are kind of like lowlives and thieves next to people who are like really well off merchants. There is sort of an understanding that at this place, basically not to screw it up, because the rich who come here will lose money sometimes too, to the poor, and it's better to let them feel welcome than it is to rob them and make them not come back.
What was the stealth level in 14?
Oh, in 14 it was a 3. In 15, because of like the candles, other stuff going, and just the amount of people, there you've got a 4. So, 15 rather. As you go into that main room, there you've got a 4.
And the stairs in 14, as we passed, those are stairs down?
Those are also stairs up.
Okay. But they...
Oh, wait a minute.
But we did seem to...
Yeah, those are stairs up.
There does seem to be somewhere in the 13 to 15 range stairs downstairs. Or a way for somebody to go downstairs.
There was very likely. Could have been secret passages.
Ooh, we like those.
Now that is tricky in terms of the fact that 15 is full of people and 14 has 2 guards on active duty.
Did we notice anything when we were walking through, or
You weren't particularly looking. That's something you could maybe talk to the guards or something, head back through.
yeah? I think Twyla's probably going to do that because I feel like didn't we get intel that there was like a kind of underground part of the one-eyed giant?
Yeah, and then basically the guards just mentioned they saw someone going downstairs. You have not seen down steps as of yet. You don't actually remember seeing any down steps in. You've been in that sort of main room. You don't remember seeing it there either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, there's a guard post in the middle which has some that go down. Because yeah, it was right. It's been a little while since I looked at the map. Yeah, there is a downstairs for kind of like the higher risk tables. That those are. Let me just move you over here. Like over here, there is the staircase that goes up and down.
Okay. And I'm assuming you probably need to have some pretty good stakes to get into into that room though through that entrance, right?
Yeah, and there may be other entrances that you didn't notice on the way back. That's something you could also look for.
Right. Do you guys want to divide and conquer? We each take a room and maybe try to figure out where said downstairs are?
Who handles the 2 guards in 14?
We don't have to necessarily handle them if we just look like we're gambling.
What was 14 besides a place where guards were handling the entranceway? Like, was it a shop front or?
No, that one's literally just a guard post. It's like a guard post reception. It's one. This is one of those. There are people that go through like the outside. The fact that he kind of had you go through the back, it sounds like there might just be sort of people out and about watching. It's just safer to go through his. Like you could. There is the door. Here. as well. Yeah, he had you go through the back of the shop, which just from it seemed like the way he was saying that things are a little suspicious right now. Maybe being out and about was not necessarily what he thought the best, especially with a lot of the Thieves Guild having been picked up in the raids lately.
Right. How crowded is the gambling house tonight?
Pretty crowded. You've got a bunch of people throughout there. I mean, it looks like kind of a standard Saturday night. You are seeing. I mean, of course, you're clearly seeing less of like the Thieves Guild people. You're really not seeing any of them because of the stuff that's happened lately. But you are seeing a bunch of others, like some of the smugglers, some of the toughs, and the other things who were not a part of the Jackdaws.
Yeah, so I think Twyla might go and distract the guards and with her wiles, and try to get a sense of what's going on in there.
Okay. So Twyla's doing that, and what are Dominic and Samantha doing?
I'm gonna try to start looking where we actually heard them talking about watching them go down, because they may have been talking about something they saw while they were on duty.
Okay, so you want to be over there with Twyla?
Yeah, I don't remember if that was 13 or 14, but yeah.
Yeah, you heard it in 13, but you were listening. They were talking in 14.
Okay.
It sounds like we're all interested in 14. So I'm just going to keep going out for now and say, I'm going to mutter something to them in 14 about wanting to go talk to the locksmith for a moment, and I'm going to stop in 13 and start searching the place.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's I think where I'm headed maybe is like 12 or 13, because if those are basically the walkthrough rooms that people don't spend a lot of time in,
and
it seems like
people
that's
don't go that way. Just people that know.
Yeah.
Druggart.
Yeah. So it seems like the rooms that people don't spend a lot of time in is where if there's going to be a secret door to this. I mean, but it may just be an obvious staircase somewhere else in the building, but if it's hidden, it's going to be somewhere where people don't hang around.
So what I'm going to do is I'll have Dominic go ahead and make a play to see, and we'll say for this, Guile Diamonds will be there, and then what are the two of you doing? Are you the other two are here talking to the guards? Okay.
That's what Twyla's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. And while she's talking, I'm going to try to look around while she's distracting them.
Okay. Yeah, so kind of you forget something?
Yeah. I noticed you here, and I wanted to say hi.
Oh, wait, maybe I should give her some privacy.
No, they won't notice you. Just go in stealth mode.
Oh yeah. Do you walk through or?
Dominic, yeah. I mean, but by the way, am I playing to not to avoid suspicion, or am I playing like what is the cause of the play? To avoid getting caught?
No, to find something. The thing is that the amount of cards you play gives you your suspicion. So
okay.
Yeah, that's always kind of a part of it.
Okay. So I'm going to slow play after 2 cards.
Okay.
In 13.
All right. So yeah, so you're sort of looking through there, and then we'll go. Yeah. So Paul, are you staying in that guard room?
For now, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are you talking to Ina or Isolde?
Let's go with the one who noticed something. I don't remember which one that was.
That was Ina.
Ina.
Yeah. She's kind of like looks you over approvingly, and goes, "I don't think I've met you before."
I think Twyla is like, "What do you mean? We met last week, multiple times. You don't remember me?"
He goes, "I must have been very drunk because I think I would have remembered you."
I think Twyla laughs and says, That's what you said last time, dearie, and kind of like gets closer and kind of like strokes her cheek.
And Isolde laughs uproariously at this. It's like she was probably drunk then too. Yeah, she blushes a little bit at that as she looks over. As she looks over at Isolde for that, and she's like, "Shut up." I'm very sorry. I don't remember you.
I'm sorry for you too, babes. And then she winks.
And are you trying to move her out of the place, or just throw her off, or?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to distract her from what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
Do I make a play for this?
Yeah,
or?
go ahead and make your play. Yeah, Paul, the thing you're going to notice, this particular room doesn't have a whole lot in it, because it's the guard post reception. It's the thing everyone kind of comes through. There might be a little bit there's a little bit you could possibly steal here, but you're not seeing a lot that looks like secret stuff in this particular room.
Yeah. I'm thinking if this is kind of like a more of a public area, then yeah, it's not going to be what I'm looking for. I'm probably looking for 12 and 13.
Do you head through?
Yeah, I'll head through.
Yeah, they don't really notice as. And then Paul, you are. Are you which one is Paul? Which one is?
I'm the not colored one.
Okay. Head you into there. So, did you slow play again?
I should take my next turn?
Yep.
All right.
What's a slow play?
Oh yeah, slow play. Basically, what you can do is play a couple cards, then basically draw back your end the turn, draw back your hand, then kind of play some more. The thing is, it lets you play more cards slowly. Like you still have to suit them if you want to play more, but it also means it's taking more time, and generally means you have more suspicion.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind when I have crappy hands.
This is a ridiculous slow play, but 7 points minus 1 suspicion.
Okay. So as you are heading through, we'll say for you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you. And Paul, you probably help.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yeah, we'll say the two of you kind of get to hear, and only one suspicion. You can kind of hear Grunart kind of messing about in that main room, but you see a little F is? That is a secret hatch in the floor.
Oh.
Shit. As you're sort of looking through, it's covered up by some stuff. But it's one of those things, it seems like it's actually been like moved recently.
The F?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some stuff around it, so that's not easy. It's not like a quick notice, but you are seeing like what kind of made it point out is you see that the like boxes and such that are kind of around it have been pushed out because some of the dust that's on the ground and that because it's kind of off in the corner has been disturbed recently.
Ooh. I think the ancient prophecy spoke of disturbed dust. Let's see what's down there.
Paul, you say the ancient prophecy a lot. I know, it makes me interesting.
Yeah.
The ancient prophecy said the pizza would be late.
Yes. The ancient prophecy said that a doubter would question me saying the ancient prophecy too much.
The ancient prophecy said you should go to the prom with me, Jenny.
I think I'm going to wander back to 13 13/14 and knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she is occupied. You might give her a little time.
I just sort of just talking with you, and she just sort of reaches back and opens, and then you see Dominic on the other side of the door.
Yeah, she's macking with one of the guards.
Yeah, it's true. So I sort of look past the guard to Twyla and say something along. What's the name of the locksmith again? Grunnard.
We found the secret passage. Oh wait, we don't say that.
Lol, no. Say something to Twyla along the lines of you wanted to talk to Grunnard too, right? Didn't you have some equipment you wanted to discuss with him for next week? Should I just try and make that order for you, or?
No, you'll get it wrong. And then I kind of look back to the guard and say, I'll be back. Don't forget me this time. And then I kind of saunter off.
Yeah, you just see her go, I'll be at the giant after shift. And Isolde's just laughing at her. And then you hear like a thump of just like her going, pfft. I think like, shut up.
She seemed like a nice woman. I think you should actually go meet her at the giant after the shift. And for future reference, don't be telling guards to remember us.
But they want to remember me. I can't help it. I just have that effect on people.
Tell me, I'm not going to remember this. All right, y'all go down.
Twyla the tiger.
If we can get down if we can go down without using suspicion, then yeah.
Yeah. Once you found it, that part's not too hard. Let me move you. Now, luckily for you, as you kind of come in, it's... Oh, I'm sorry, wrong place. It's fairly dark, and this is the bottom left. So, as you come in down here, like here you have all of the weapons that, like the ones upstairs are the weapons that he sells kind of on the up and up. The stuff down here tends to be a lot more illegal. You have like daggers with sort of like a little poison thing in the pommel that can kind of go in there. You've got like small hand crossbows and a bunch of other stuff. Like the stuff down here is the kind of really expensive stuff. But you also, as you kind of get down there, you just hear someone, and then a conk, 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 because what's happening is this guard over here is just kind of like bored against the wall in this room, and just like, so Davis, patrol. You can hear him around the other side.
What's the stealth level in here?
Yeah, stealth level in here. On basement level. Wait, I think one of you's on the number 7. 5.
Okay. So, suppose I looted this room.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
I'm assuming enginery. I'm assuming enginery helps in here.
Enginery and craft will both see you very well off in here.
Any arcana in here?
No, he doesn't do anything magical.
Combat, maybe? Would combat help me pick out a cool weapon?
Yeah, actually.
What's suited?
We'll say for this, we'll go with diamonds for guile.
Okay, and spades for for secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is covered by the king and his spades.
Okay.
This is also covered by the king and spades. And then Joker, suspicion 1 on the play.
Okay. That is 15.
It's 16. The king is a 6.
And this is your enginery? Or
Yep.
craft?
Enginery. My craft is negligible.
Yeah, you actually kind of go through, and it's those two are for less suspicion.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, as you go through, you actually manage to find some stuff that's sort of buried under a number of other things. Something that like there's a bunch of these sort of really nicely made like a group of swords. Like certain things like the hand crossbows are nice, but there's only a couple of those, and one missing takes up a lot of room. But some of these really nice swords are kind of some of which are actually designed to be somewhat hidden, and then there's a thing where you can go where they'll actually like spring out. 1,280 worth on in 3 slots.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing any robbery here?
You said that combat could count?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll make a play for that. And you said diamonds was suited?
Yep.
Cool.
And clubs is also suited because I'm picking out an instrument of violence.
I'm gonna do this one at a time because like you actually can exhaust how much is in a room.
Okay.
So 1,280 have been removed.
Since you have the date later, we'll let you make some money.
Appreciated. So, yeah, okay. So then I'm going to do -1 suspicion. So I think that totals to 15 for me.
And using your combat?
Yes.
And you have that twice?
I have that once.
Oh, just once?
Yeah. Very sad.
Yeah, you're sort of going through, you find, you're going 2 suspicion?
I had -1 suspicion.
Yeah, so total.
Oh, yeah, 2
two
suspicion. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so as you're going through, you actually find in there you've got a couple really fine daggers, and again, there's enough other ones that won't like a couple missing and be gone. So that's worth 400. You only have 1 in combat, so 450.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 1,600. That leaves about 800 left if you are robbing some Paul.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want that 800. I want that 800. I'm taking it.
What's your total?
9.
And what skill are you using?
Combat.
How many do you have?
1. All these questions.
Yeah, you also kind of grab one of the daggers. It's 270.
Is it shaped like a hairpin?
No. But it is. It's you're looking at going. It's going to be kind of worth a pretty penny. And now you do have. So what was the suspicions here so far? You put 2 down. So just what, 1 suspicion for each person?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, which means almost nothing. So yeah, the guard there doesn't notice. All right, but you do have a guard over on that other side. You're not seeing any other exits and stuff here, though. If there's a guard down here, very likely there is one.
Fuck. Oh, I have to have you. I need you to add a new card to my deck at some point.
What card?
I have to check. The King of Spades, and I upped Spades to 5. So I guess the 5 of Spades and the King of Spades.
Okay, let me do this real quick.
Oh, and the 7 of Diamonds.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what power did you give yourself?
I gave myself exacting aim, so I can play this on an attack to ignore the target's armor.
Cool.
And then I had to up Diamonds to 7 to buy that, and I assumed I had to get Spades up to 5 as well, right?
You said it was King of Spades?
Yes.
And 7 of Diamonds?
Yes. And the 5 of Spades.
So we'll do here in a moment. I can put that in here. 7 of Diamonds. And then the 5 of spades. Y'all made some loot last time.
Yeah, I wound up with 4,700.
Damn, son. I'm sorry, that was 5 of which?
5 of spades, 7 of diamonds, king of clubs.
Got that.
Or king of spades, I'm sorry.
Got those. Okay, so I'm going to... How many have you already drawn?
5
Out of cards?
plus 3 before, so...
Oh, wait. Did you reshuffle?
Because I had the 5 from a minute ago, and then I just drew 5 again.
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Custom card deck. And change deck template. Wait a minute. This switch this up? Edit deck. Oh, they've added some... They've added stuff. So I think... Okay, clear all. I'm going to clear all your cards. Remove everything. Okay?
All right.
Import CVS. Okay. And Samantha. All +1. Done. All right. So I think you should now have a new set of cards there. Out of curiosity.
Ooh, and one of the first one was actually... Oh, 2 of the new ones. So cool.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you lucky. So of the 5 that I had in my hand, one of them was a joker, and it went away. But I drew 2 jokers. So you made a joker in all this. This was probably your plan all along.
Yes, I wanted you to have jokers. So now we have more jokers. Now, did you play a joker earlier?
No, I didn't. It was in my hand
Okay.
when you recalled everything.
All right. So yeah, now you should have your new deck. What do y'all do?
I'll look for someone to hit with my new cards.
Well, there is a guard, and most of this area is relatively quiet. And once you just hear him kind of call again, Davos. Oh, I thought I heard something. I don't know why I gotta be in here. At least he gets to talk to people. Heads up into the other rooms and then he talks to the guards there.
I think Twyla's gonna try to sneak onward, unless you guys had other plans.
Nope.
That's very reasonable.
Okay. She gonna sneak through that secret door over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so even the guard's like sitting here, it's not a static thing. The guard will occasionally just sort of like walk down and then sort of through because they're bored. So if you end up making a play, it just counts this person's moving around and bored.
Okay.
But it's fairly dark down here.
That's the this person?
Yep.
The one in the armory?
Mhm.
Okay.
What's suited for sneaking?
That will be spades for finesse.
Okay. And then I think I'm going to do hearts for metal. And then I can play one card that isn't suited, but that ends how many cards I played, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I think that's 5.
And also, if anybody's searching this room for any other ways, like you want to search for that secret passage as well. Door's there, but you have to figure out how to open it. That can be part of the sneak roll. Or play. Shit.
Yeah, while Twyla's taking the first pass on getting past that guard, I'm going to spend a little bit of time searching for secret doors
Okay.
in the portion of the room that we're in. Basically up to the area with the guard.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that gets me to 7.
Okay. So it's 7.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 suspicion?
Yep.
Yeah, so you managed not to get seen, so I don't know if you wanted to be like up towards here by this door. But he actually just at one point is like, huh? Was that? And he hasn't quite noticed you yet, but he is a bit more alert, which will be a problem for the other people. Dominic, are you making your play?
Sorry, guys.
Sure. What's suited for secret door check?
That will be Diamond's Guile.
Okay. And I'm gonna put in clubs because of the physicality needed to push or shove anything that I'm gonna come across.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cripe. Oh, jeez. Okay. So I'm going to. I'm so sorry, Paul. That's 3 points. And then I'm going to break the suit with my Jack of Spades and immediately draw up to stealth level +1, which is, I think, 5 + 1 is 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I may make a sudden burst of noise, realize what happened, and then there's basically the air rushes to fill in the space where I used to be because I'm under a table now.
Yeah, so what's your total?
My total is 8.
8. Okay, unfortunately, with him being kind of hearing the noise, you see him go, oh, what was that? And he starts walking down this way. With a total of 8, though, I will say you do see this one on the floor, something that has actually been moved recently. It's like a sewer grate that goes down, but you can kind of tell that it's loose. It's big enough for a person to go down.
Okay.
So he is walking that way. I'll say, Twyla, as you sort of look in, you see the guard here, just sort of like turning the corner. But as he's walking through, he's being kind of careful where he steps, particularly when it comes to like the corners. And Paul, what are you doing? As that guard's making his way back towards.
I guess I'm going in the sewer grate.
You're going to ambush him?
No, I guess I'm going in the sewer grate.
Okay.
Or are you telling me I should ambush him?
No, I thought that earlier you said you wanted to hit someone. You said earlier you wanted to hit someone with your pretty new cards.
Yeah, I do, but I'm going to wait for an appropriate time.
All right. Yeah, I would make your basically your sneak. This is going to have to go fast. So I think hearts for metal.
Okay. A 9 of hearts? Is that actually a card that should be in my deck?
Did I maybe put the wrong one in? You should. Oh, I might probably hit the wrong thing. Let me try.
Oh, that's spades anyway. Well, I was going to say that spades is also suited because it's Oh,
I actually.
healthy.
That's a 7 of diamonds.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll fix that here in a moment.
Okay. So I'm going to say that.
Oh no, that's because I put the wrong thing in that one. I'm gonna have to fix that.
So that should be is 10 overkill? Is 5 enough?
No, 10's probably because here's the thing: is he's at least alarmed because he's searching. So he is alertness 6.
All right. And then I'll nullify the suspicion. I will, as I'm pulling the grate, I will sweep dust back into place, and
Now that should be the 7 of spades.
that's still in my hand. Yeah, I'll just remember it's
that 9 of hearts. Yeah, I'm going to send myself an email to remember to.
Well, no, I have. It should either be the 7 of hearts or the 5 of. I have the 5 of spades.
It's the 7 of hearts.
7 of diamonds. Should be 7 of diamonds.
Or 7 of diamonds.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'll just play it as 7 of diamonds for now.
Yeah, so I copied the wrong URL when I put that stuff in, so send myself an email to remind me. All right. Yeah, basically, so you said, Dominic, you kind of disappeared behind a table, and then you just see, as it goes, down rushes Samantha. Twyla, what are you doing?
I think
What
I'm
are you doing?
On my way.
What are you doing? And is it nearly as cool as what we just did?
You know, it's going to be a tough act to follow. I don't know. I think I'm going to continue on this way, though, see if there's any useful tidbits I can get over here.
Okay. Yeah, it's like where you're at, it's going to be a little difficult, so I need you to make... You probably want to be a little bit higher in what you put down for sneaking your way through.
I don't think that should be an issue. What's suited?
You have to be really kind of careful, because what you realize is part of this is trapped, and the good thing about that is it usually means it's guarding something expensive. So we're going to put some diamonds in there for guile. You have to be very careful of where you go.
All right. Very good. All right, so...
And it's by the way, it's a 5 here.
Okay. And I'm also going to say spades are suited, just because, like, I think I'm going to need some finesse to not trigger any traps. So my ace of diamonds is an 11 plus 10. So
All right.
I think that's pretty good.
Well, what you're going to find, as you kind of sneak past the guard as the guard's going on his patrol, you find a locked, it would require a little bit of lock picking. Brother, what was your suspicion? How many cards?
3.
3. And then nothing to reduce that suspicion.
No.
You will know 3 for a guard who's kind of walking around might kind of catch him. Like 1 is very safe, 2 is pretty safe, 3 becomes a little more dangerous.
Okay, well then I'll put 1 face down then to reduce that suspicion.
Okay. Yeah, because it keeps his alertness down, which makes other stuff you do easier. Yeah. So as he's kind of walking through, and you look inside, and this is the vault where they keep all their money.
Oh, yes.
You would need to pick some locks.
Okay.
And the problem, one thing you hear here is it is a 4. Basically, there's 4 tumblers to it. Now, the way it works is when you make a play, you basically can use that to pick one of the tumblers, and then every face down card you put along with it is an extra tumbler, so it can take a couple turns to do that.
Okay. So, wait, I'm sorry, repeat that. My computer started talking to me.
Yeah, so when you make a play, that is to pick 1 tumbler. And then each face down one will pick other tumblers.
Okay.
You can put them down to have another tumbler picked. So it may take a couple turns, which then could become a problem with the guard kind of walking around.
Right. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Did you see my gift to you, by the way?
I did. I have 4 jokers right now. I'm going to use one of those jokers. I'm going to trap your jack. Dominic? I'm going to use one of those to trap that as a trailing card.
And does that have any effect other than he just doesn't have access to it anymore?
That it'll be like it kind of goes into like an inspector thing. The inspector rules aren't actually out, but it's sort of like evidence left behind.
Oh, okay. There's no bonus for playing like a full house or something, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Turning like the Deadlands magic where you play.
Yeah.
So, Twilight, you figured out your play?
Yeah, what's suited for this?
Oh, because you kind of want to do it fast, I'm going to say Heart's Metal.
Okay. I'm also going to say diamonds. Actually, do I want to do that? Yes, I do.
You just gotta con those tumblers into falling into place.
Yes.
Come on, just come on.
Yeah.
Stop being stupid. Just, okay, thank you.
Okay. So I've got 8 minus 1 suspicion.
Okay, that gets one of the tumblers. You're like, now, are you playing other things? You can play more face down to.
I can.
Yeah, to get more tumblers.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll do that.
Yeah, there's a total of 4 tumblers. So that's.
So, can I redraw once I'm depleted, or?
No, it would basically would be is the next turn you go after the other one. Like once you've got 1 or 2 of them, they stay that way. So you can kind of do it over multiple turns.
Okay.
But if you play a card that has quick, that means you get to replace it immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I always wondered what that meant.
So are you taking the suspicion down for 1 or both of those for tumblers?
Tumblers.
Okay. So that gives you 3 total. There's only 1 more left.
Yes.
As you've got the guard kind of coming around.
Yeah.
If you want to do this one and you get to pull back up. If you want to do this and you end up with 0 suspicion, you can actually get through before he would see you. Otherwise, you might have to hide first.
Wait, so I would have to make another play right now? Or?
Yeah, so basically it's for the next turn. If you want to try to do it before he comes around the corner, what you're basically going to have to do is get 0 suspicion as he comes around the corner. Otherwise, you could play a thing to hide.
Right. Okay. All right. I will think on that.
Okay, while you're thinking on that, so Paul, you go down and this is into the sewers. And then we still have Dominic. You are in the room with the guard still. He's kind of like, I heard something. You're muted. Will, you're muted.
Thank you. I'm going to lay low until his back is turned, and just try and stay as silent and still as possible. And then when there's enough space between me and him that I can make this happen, dart over to the sewer grate and go down it.
Yeah, just make your play to go down the sewer grate, and then that all kind of works together.
Okay. What is suited?
I think for this, why don't we go with he's close to you. Let's go with hearts, a little bit of metal.
Okay. And I'm going to say that spades is also suited because stillness is critical in this case. So whoa. There we go. Minus 1 suspicion on the play. So 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, 1 suspicion.
Okay. As you're kind of going through, it's like, what was that? Was that a... I could have sworn. He kind of turns, and then, like, the camera would show him going, could have sworn they're just behind him, like, whip, like, then down into the thing as he just kind of goes, Probably nothing. And you will also, I will move you over, so you will also join him in the sewers. And then Twyla, oh, you have your problem.
Okay. So stealth level is still 4 here.
Yep. Or, yeah.
I don't want to use my really good card yet. What's suited for this?
I'm gonna go with hearts once again because you got you got to act quick because that guard is coming back around.
Okay. I'm gonna also say clubs.
Okay.
Okay. So if I play with if I don't make it to 0 suspicion, would the guard see me, or would that just depend on how well I play?
He'll at least know something is going on. Like it'll be one where you're not going to be able to kind of quite get through. So he will either see you or definitely hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to do that. And then I'll play my 2 face down cards. And that'll get me to 15 with 0 suspicion.
Yep. Get that last one and you come in. And also want to remember, you get to choose the order you put things back on the top of the thing, which can matter for jokers taking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you go, kind of like pop your way in, just like you kind of like have it kind of shut again, just as he walks past. And then you turn around. There is an awful lot of money in here.
We like that.
I'll let you use your culture for this one.
All right. What is the stealth level?
6. And in the sewers. So the 2 of you drop into the sewers, and then there's the ladder kind of coming. You can actually hear some people walking along the side. Like he's not literally in the middle, but he basically is kind of somewhere up here. Not a place where they kind of see you right now, but you hear like also someone call out. Like call out to someone. How much longer we got to do this? It's like probably not long. Just for tonight. They want us guarding. This is bullshit. We should be upstairs. And you kind of see one in the distance. What he's wearing is much more smuggler's garb. I mean, he's a guard, but you're pretty sure. Like just taking a look.
I know what I just did.
This is going to be Wiggins. What happened?
When she recalled, she pulled her joker, so I put a little checker piece there as a placeholder.
I think Will mentioned last time, if you have to do that, if there's a joker or something, you can pull it back into your hand, and then
Twyla's muted.
Yeah, I was also like placing things in people's discard piles that was like all of my cards, and I was
these for me.
Oh, I didn't even know we could do that.
Yeah.
Here, have a 5.
Yeah, that's how I slipped. That's how I slipped Lara one of my 2 jokers a couple sessions ago.
Yeah. All right, but I think I figured it out now. It's all good.
As smugglers, are they more or less well armed and armored than the people upstairs?
Less well armored, but they're going to be decently well armed because occasionally they've got to fight, and they look like they're down here for purpose. Like there's a very good chance the smugglers use the sewers anyway, but they're not necessarily going to use them for. They're not going to be guarding these areas so much.
So this guy up ahead, is he patrolling? Is he a lookout?
Yeah, and you hear him calling up to someone further up ahead. Oh, is that Paul who gives a +1 to the thing down here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That is deeply important.
Yeah, I think as long as it's not in your discard.
Yep, it's in my hand.
That is a neat trick.
Okay. So figure out what you two are doing down here, and then Twyla, are you stealing?
Yeah, I am. What's suited for that?
You got yourself a little bit of time. We'll say spades, finesse, because you want to be able to grab things without like knocking stuff over, because a lot of it's like big piles of coins.
All right, sounds good.
And while she's doing that, what are you two doing in the sewer?
Woof. I gauge the distance between me and the guard and contemplate my blackjack and then shake my head grimly.
Double dog dare you. Now you have to do it.
No, I'm gonna shadow this guy. I'm gonna start trying. I'm probably gonna have to slow play this and just sort of follow him. If he's heading north, I'll follow him north, and otherwise, I'm just gonna try and get closer to him and farther up the channel.
Okay.
What's suited?
We'll say spades, finesse for this.
Okay. Jeebus. Okay. I'm going to say that I'm going to say clubs because there is not much space to be walking in, and I need to be very aware of my physicality to avoid sticking a foot in the water.
Okay. Yeah, Paul, you're also going to need to be making a play for sneaking, because if you're both down there.
I can do that. I can be sneaky now that I have decent cards.
So Twyla, what's
All
your
right, that's
14 over 3 cards minus 2 suspicion.
And then you have 2 culture?
Yeah.
You get a couple. The thing with coins is coins are very loud if you have a bunch of them, which can be a problem. You do, however, manage to find some gold bars and some bigger stuff that you can actually wrap in your satchel. It takes up 3 slots, but you have 1,400 coins worth of stuff.
So I get 200 coins, and she's getting thousands.
She found the vault. Well, a lot of that depends on where you're stealing stuff. And sort of who you are. Okay, so Paul.
Yeah.
Did you play?
I haven't played yet.
Dominic,
I'm going.
What was your total?
8 with 1 suspicion.
Okay, and where are you headed towards? Like just up this way?
I'm creeping up on this guy and trying to shadow. I'm creeping up on this guard and trying to shadow him.
Okay.
And get more.
Yeah, then he's just kind of walking his way up this way, and you're kind of following. Paul?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak. I'm gonna use, I think, a little bit of guile. So I'm gonna grab a little pebble from the floor and like toss it up on the other side of him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's maybe like it'll sound more like a little rat scurrying along the floor or something like that.
Okay. And then
it'll be a
finesse as well.
Yeah. So, but seven should do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a reason to like think someone's there yet.
Then yeah.
All right. So you just following him, or are you trying to move into different parts of the area?
I'm right now just following Dominic's lead.
Okay. So are you two planning on? Are you knocking him out, or are you gonna move to a different zone after?
Without having spoken, my assumption is we're going to try to sneak past him when there's an opportunity. Yeah. But
Dominic,
I'm ready in case that's not his plan.
No, I'm signaling. I'm signaling in Thieves' Camp that fighting here is terrible.
Okay, so yeah, so with what you rolled, essentially, you're able to kind of get into that next zone, or with what you played. And
sweet.
Yeah, because remember the guards here aren't like they're representational, but they're moving. So you're kind of up in this area. So now the question becomes,
I'm glad that our human waste is being well guarded.
Yeah. And you said you hear some guards moving, and one sort of coming like around this corner, which would be the one that's over there. But yeah, are you like which direction do you want to head? Like north, east, back south?
Right,
East is
north.
East is awfully tempting. North seems safer, but there's just a surprising number of guards east.
Can I peek north just to see if there was anything worth it up there? Ooh, paths. Yeah.
So as you two decide that, Twyla, you have packed your satchel, and what do you do?
Let's see. Are there more guards like the further I go? Like as I head.
I mean, there's you've seen the door here that probably leads to here that actually is in the. Or rather, you haven't actually. There's a door that leads sort of across the hall. There's a window in it. You'd kind of seen some guards and such in there, but you're not quite sure like how much stuff is there. So there is the guard still sort of wandering around this hallway.
Right. Did I see my other two companions disappear?
No, but you know they haven't. You know that they haven't come back the same way you did. So they're either still back there or they found a way down.
Okay.
Or they're dead.
That too.
There's that possibility. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to try to go check on them and see what's what.
Okay.
Maybe leave some extra coinage for them.
Okay, so basically sneaking back down to 7.
Yep.
All right, make your play.
What is suited?
We'll go with finesse in here because you need to kind of go by that guard. And what are you two doing over in the sewers?
Woof. I mean, at some point, it might be nice to start checking. Can we see these ladders where it says C? Can we see there's ladders up to the ceiling? Or
yeah, most of those are actually just they go to the manhole covers.
Oh, 2 floors up to the street.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the C's ones here are very obvious ladders.
Okay. I have no interest in going up to the street. If we see a ladder that looks like it might go to a basement, that's, I think, more exciting.
Yeah, so far none of the ones here. Like this is in the main. This is in the main sewer, so this stuff's going to come directly out of the streets. You can see the grates here.
Okay. I thieves' cant to Samantha. Northeast split. 3 options.
Yeah, and there's a northeast. There's an east up to the north as well. Actually, there's two branches off to the east up north. It looks like a smaller tunnel to the east just ahead, so that might go back into the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to. If you also want to kind of look at the, can you still see up here in the top left?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll give you an idea of like what you're familiar enough with the street. It'll give you an idea of what you are below.
Like I feel like north is from the floor plan of the plan of Cuthroat Abbey. I feel like going northwest is going to be better for us. My spider sense is telling me the east is important, but I don't know. That's legit.
Are these sections of the map to scale?
Yeah, they're all the same.
Because like I went down here and he went down here, but we both like popped into existence like here.
No, we use the same grade.
Yeah, you use the same grade.
We both went down here.
I thought you were up here when you did that.
Nope.
No.
Oh. Okay.
The two of you were searching that room. So yeah, it was that same.
I thought that was a guard in the room with me. I didn't look at the icon well enough. Apparently.
No, there was a guard in that room.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the reason he had to hide, and you rushed down. What did you end up playing, Twyla?
I played, let's see, I think a 9 minus 2 suspicion.
All right. Yeah, you get back into here. There is still the guard kind of wandering. As you sort of like look around the corner, you can sort of, as you kind of look, you can see, that's probably where they went. It's kind of open enough. You can kind of see like where the dust and stuff is settled. That there is a passageway down.
Okay.
I'm going to make my way up to oops, yikes. Spoke too soon. I'm going to make my way up to this intersection.
Mm-hmm. Make your play. Paul, you go in the same place?
Yeah, I mean, my goal is this one. I don't know if that's
Okay.
one zone or two.
All right.
Which one?
That one.
We'll say one zone there. And then
Okay.
Twyla, what are you going to try to make to the sewer?
Yeah, I think I am.
Make your play. You've got that guard. The guard no longer seems as on alert. He's
Okay.
had a
It's
bit
kinda-
times.
It's kind of gross down here, so.
So everyone make your
what's suited for?
So I will say for Twyla, we'll go with metal, the hearts, like to be able to kind of move quickly around the guard. If you are downstairs, spades, finesse. I'm going to refill a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Good Lord.
Man, I have all of my good face cards. Like, I don't want to just spend on a stupid.
Yeah, I feel you.
I spent my 211 cards trying to get away from a guard just before I got in the vault. I am so upset.
You did what?
I spent my 11 cards, my cards that were worth 11, getting into the vault as opposed to using them in the vault. And I was upset.
What does Captivate Mortal do?
What does it say on there?
It says Captivate Mortal +1 turn distracted, even if successful, succeeds versus diamonds plus vigilance.
Okay, yeah, so let me pull yours. So that's the kind of quicker thing for it, but it is... Oh, Captivate Spell. You can captivate someone. Basically, what you can do is you can make them distracted. Because you like if someone does like a captivate thing on someone, you can give them turns distracted. Like if you're talking.
So it doesn't have to be focused on me. It could be just distracted by something in the environment.
Yeah,
or...
because remember, like the big thing for them is their alertness trait. If someone's alarmed and looking for you, they have a base level of 6 before they add their stats. If someone's distracted, like working or daydreaming, they have a 3. Like the more alert they are, the harder it is to kind of do anything to the guards. Like their alertness is the thing that makes them more dangerous.
Okay. So since my magic is kind of illusion-ish based, that I could like play that to get back to the map here, to like basically.
Oh, that should actually be even if unsuccessful.
Like distract him with like maybe there's like some noise coming from up in the street and he wants to go eavesdrop on a fight or something.
Yep. Yeah. Basically, you're going against his diamonds plus his vigilance, which means his current level of alertness doesn't matter. And the diamonds for a lot of them most guards tend to be about a 2. Vigilance is often with a regular guard about a 3. So you're looking at about a 5 to get someone distracted.
So, and I have to meet that or beat it?
You want to beat that.
Okay, so that would be 6 then.
So I accidentally clipped through a wall trying to move my character, but I've made my play.
Okay.
Yeah.
9-1 suspicion.
Yeah, you are fine. Which wall did you clip through?
I clipped into here accidentally.
Okay. Well, I will say, as you go, you know you're below where kind of the giant is. You also know there's a decent chance there's some passages which are not unusual in with smugglers and other stuff around, and a lot of like thieves guilds. There's a lot of stuff into the sewers. It's an easy place to escape in case of police.
Oh, we should be smugglers because we don't like police.
And Twyla, what was your?
I did 10 over 2 cards, -1 suspicion, and my Queen of Spades never arouses suspicion, so it doesn't count towards anything.
All right. So then you
What
also
just happened?
end up in the sewers as you sort of head your way down.
Cool.
And you do notice that down here, it's the unfinished part of the dungeon that we feel strangely compelled not to go towards, as it just sort of starts going off that way. You also will know that would lead you away from it leads you away from all the stuff that's in Cuthroat Alley.
It's like when a video game where you just see like the geometry just kind of ends, and you can just see the background universe image.
Yeah. There's like all those grates and things to stop you from going.
And you just start running like in the there's just this force field, and it just says you cannot go here, you cannot go here, you cannot go here.
All right.
You are leaving the mission zone.
Yeah.
Turn around or fail.
Yeah. Or since we're doing the Final Fantasy comparisons, it just flat out there's a chair in the way, and you just cannot figure out how to get around it.
Yeah. So in this one, as you kind of come down, like I said, you can see that there's stuff off sort of to the right and such. Obviously, very faintly, we'll use your clip thing. Very faintly, Dominic, you hear some voices to your left.
Okay.
So you also know that would be like the basement of the giant.
Okay, that's worth checking out more. See if I can find the source of the voices.
They're in your head.
So what is everyone doing now?
I've been holding a fake one too long.
I'm gonna go right and see where that ladder goes.
Okay. You actually would know where that ladder goes. If you kind of look at that original street view, that's going to pull you up, essentially right near the church and by the gambler's den.
Wait, we're still trying to get information from the gambler's den, right? That's one of our goals.
It's a place you might be able to find stuff, but you're looking for Rhys.
The goal is to locate and inconvenience in some manner Rhys.
And we just know he's somewhere in this neighborhood.
So do I need to make a play to search for secret doors, or... Mm-hmm. Okay. What's suited?
We'll say Diamond's Guile to try to find those. And then
okay.
what are Twyla and Samantha doing?
I think I'm going to continue sneaking my way up this general direction.
All right, make your play.
All right, what's suited?
For you, finesse, spades.
Cool.
And Samantha?
I'm gonna check out this fork over here.
Okay, make your play for sneaking.
What's the stealth level in the basement?
Oh, yeah, stealth level down here was...
4, you said in the chat.
4.
If you're in the same zone as Paul, it's an extra 1. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm slow playing my secret door check.
Okay.
Okay, so for me it's a 10 -1 suspicion.
Yep, not a problem to kind of get up to this area. You got guards sort of walking around. And Paul, you made your play?
No, I was clearing the last one.
Okay.
What do I want to do?
Slow play. Boom, 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 boom. Take it easy.
Dude, I am running out of good options. So this other guy is distracted. Does that reduce what I need to get past him?
Oh, yeah.
For my
Yeah, basically his alertness is going to be a little lower.
Okay. But not enough that just one will be enough.
No, because it would probably because like usually it takes him down to like a distracted or possibly an impaired, which is a 2 or a 3, plus then his stats for it.
All right. Okay. In the sense of sneaking, what do the trailing cards do? Since I'm not stealing anything, I'm not really reducing suspicion for sneaking, right?
No, it's you also you don't have to be stealing something. That's also noise you make and other stuff. Like if you place them face down, one thing you can be doing is going, I'm not making as much noise, so I'm taking the suspicion down.
Because I have a backhand that says add up to 2 trailing cards to this action.
Trailing cards are your discard pile. The trailing card is the one on top, and the reason they call it trailing cards is because those can be actually grabbed with a joker.
Okay, and with special abilities by us.
Yep. Like Paula, for
see.
example, did you want to have your ace on top? And also with Paul, do you want those are the last ones you want to throw away?
I was just putting them in the order I played them. Do I actually get to pick the order?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well, that ace is worthless anyway. So
Yeah,
I don't care.
my ace is worthless.
So I'm going to go ahead.
I was just trying to be honest and discard them in the order I played them.
I'm going to pull those.
I mean, you're wasting a joker. That ace is worth 1 point.
Part of this would be inspector stuff.
I don't get what you mean when you keep saying that.
It's one of the parts not actually out for, but one of the things that happen is part of the reason they can be captured is then those are points that go towards the inspector, like basically someone searching after and trying to find people. It's clues and stuff left behind. It's people remembering things.
When you keep saying inspector, I was thinking of like the game inspector. Like there was maybe some mechanics that were similar to the game inspector, and
I don't know if I know what the game inspector is.
It's like something like a Ghost Hunters sort of thing.
Oh, inspectors. Okay.
Inspectors, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I thought you kept saying. So I was like, is there just some sort of mechanic they're borrowing from that game?
Yeah, is there a Ghostbusters thing going on?
Yeah. What's about to happen?
I mean, we did chat with the Jenny last session.
True that.
I complete my slow play with 10 points to suspicion.
All right. You are going to find secret door over there.
Is this one?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to make some kind of... I'm going to leave some kind of marking or some kind of piece of gear next to the secret door to highlight that I've gone that direction. And then see if I can get through it.
And you hear this. Laura and Paul, do you want to read this?
Sure. By the vault.
Durrigan's room?
They're keeping him in there. They're keeping him there.
Who is he?
I don't even think Durrigan knows.
Oh, he must be important, all these extra guards.
We're getting paid well not to ask questions.
He's not here. He's not going to know. Aren't you a little bit curious?
I get paid not to be.
This is why no one likes you, Rhys. I ad-libbed a little at the end there. I'm sorry.
I mean, I know it's an audition, and normally you're not supposed to. I just felt connected to this character. Like I get this character, and I really think if I became this guy, I think I'm feeling Sailors, and Sailors is trying to connect to Rhys here, and Rhys is just being kind of an ass about it, and Are you planning maybe a spin-off movie with? I'm sorry.
My agent said this could be a recurring role.
Yeah. He said, you could make it a recurring. I mean, actors listen. Never mind. I'm gonna. All right. So.
All right. I really have nothing as far as sneaking, so I'm going to play this as my scry spell, and just say that I'm kind of using that to just kind of get a 360 view of the area and just make sure I'm moving in the right place at the right time based on where everyone's facing.
What is your magically perceiving? Do you want to look in the adjacent zone? Do you want to look through the walls someplace?
we can just do that. We can just decide
Like,
to look through a wall.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and put a ping. No, what can help is look over at what the layout of the street is, because you're going to find the layout of the street is like fits over this. And then Twyla, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to continue to move. I think I'm going to try to go up here, this general area.
Go ahead and make your play.
All right.
And then Paul,
yeah.
Yes.
Can you see through the fog of war when we ping?
I should be able to.
All right, like kind of in this area.
Okay.
I can see that.
And I'll give you a chance too, since you're just looking at like in the sewers. Do you want to move it like through, like scry through the sewers and into other places to see if there's things around?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like the sewers aren't too hard to find stuff in, and you're not going to find massive stuff. Where would you like to from here? As you kind of like scry through the sewers a little bit, is there any place you want to kind of go through a wall to check?
Yeah, just like maybe like over in this area. You just decide, like, do I go there or do I go
Yeah,
north?
as you kind of look through here, these are smugglers. Like you kind of like pop into one of these areas, sort of through the wall. You can see like the hallway, and then as you kind of go in, there is just a whole bunch of goods and other things. A lot of it illegal in this area.
Okay.
So you found part of a smuggler's cove.
Ooh.
And then you're back out here. Twyla, what was your play?
I have 8 over 2 cards minus 1 suspicion.
All right. Yep.
You were so formal. Like when you, I mean, it just sounds like very professional and like to the point. All this lingo.
If I see you, I flag you down. And I signal via Thieves' Cant, plentiful secret doors, target Vault Durgan's room.
All right. Do we know where Durgan's room is?
Nope.
Do we care who Durgan is?
Durgan's the one who owns the one-eyed giant.
Okay.
They call him Durgan the Hooded. He often has a hood. He's got like some scars and stuff on his face. He often keeps a hood up.
Isn't Durgan also the locksmith, or am I confused?
No, it is the locksmith is Goodart.
Goodart, okay.
Waiting for Goodart. How's Goodart gonna show up? Nope.
Hey, last session we made a bunch of money selling some good art. So. Oh, I knew you'd love that. I knew you'd love that one.
I can pull. I you know what? I can actually pull your jokers and stuff into my hand.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I think now if you recall them, they won't go away.
It's funny that your puns remind him that he can use jokers.
Because I am a joker.
Really? Is that what you want to say about yourself?
I'm the regal thief in character, but I am the funny thief in real life.
All right. That's just. I have one more joker. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that joker to grab that.
You mother.
All my jokers are now currently taken. Your scrying spell will be no more.
Well, Michael, this is why no one likes you.
Let me tell you why people don't like me. I've had a lot of time to think about it during the quarantine, and now I'm sad.
So does that mean like I drop my crystal ball or something? Since that's my scry spell?
It just means you're having a hard time like hitting the. You may try it. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, Michael's building a case to strip the fake coins from us at the end of the campaign.
Rude.
Well, that becomes a thing where people are starting to look for stuff.
We earned those with our hard-earned thievery.
We stole them fair and square.
Actually, one was just handed to me. I didn't earn shit.
Someone else stole them and handed it to. It was that guy.
Which I should probably just give that back to you so they can all be stored in the same place.
And that'll be an interesting thing. You have this stuff worth a fortune, but moving it would be difficult, and you don't know what the magical properties and stuff for it would be.
Yup. And finding a fence for fake coins could be a campaign all of its own.
I say we just find the queen and go buy her a kingdom somewhere more peaceful and quiet.
I feel like she might have an issue with that.
It'll be a better
nice one.
We'll make her a better kingdom, a tremendous kingdom. All the people say it'll be a great kingdom.
Everyone will love it. It's the best kingdom. The kingdom is, people know. You know. You've been there. You've seen it. I had one friend who actually flipped out and thought, I don't know, Paul, if you saw what I put on Facebook.
Yeah, that comment of like, was that a quote or are you
I'm like, I'm riffing. That's not the actual quote. He's not.
All right. So what? In other news, what's through this secret door?
Yeah. As you kind of look through, it looks like it's sort of like well furnished. You've got stuff in like the area down here. Looks like it's actually fairly well used from what you can see.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And who's this guy?
A guard. He's sort of talking through the door to somebody. Like the door is kind of open. He's talking to someone there.
Okay. What's the stealth level in there? Does it look like?
Stealth level in there will be. What is the number on that one? 2. 4.
Okay. That does not look like a fun room to get through. On the other hand, fortune favors the bold. So, what are the odds that I would be able to get into and across past him in that room?
I mean, you'd have to make the play for the thing.
Okay. Oh boy, you're out of jokers. You said you were out of jokers, right?
I've used up all my jokers.
Okay, how's this look?
Yeah. Then also, what Twyla and Paul? What are you? Or Samantha? What are you doing?
I'm just going to start walking southward, and since I know there's something along the east, I'm just going to start checking the east wall as I go for like some sort of. Dude, I'm at a point where I've got like a bunch of good cards and then like 2 shitty aces, so I can either spend a good card and like way overplay it. Yeah, so 11.
Drop down your suspicion. And then Twyla, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to continue moving up this way, just keeping an eye out for the various secret doors that Dominic had referred to in Thieves' Cant.
Make your play. Okay. Tell me what everyone got.
I got 11.
11.
What are your? Also, let me know what your suspicions are.
1.
What's suited for this? Sorry.
Since you're looking for stuff, we will say guile diamonds.
All right.
Paul, you find a secret little door.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing.
I think for 11 points, I should find 2 secret doors.
And I'm guessing, Will. I'm guessing you head down to the next zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of end up over here. Like I said, the 2 guards are talking. They're not kind of paying attention. You kind of manage to find a moment where the guard who's inside that door is not quite looking, and you slip through the shadows, like close enough you could almost close enough you wouldn't even have to reach your arm all the way out to touch the guard in the hall, the guard in that hallway, and just like sneak past him, and then into that other part. There's a door ahead of you, and then a hallway down into your left.
Yeah, I think I want to peek there.
Okay. And then what did Laura, what did you have?
13 over 2 cards, -1 suspicion.
All right. So as you sort of come up north, a friend of mine had Dave Foley do one of those cameo things for his mom for Mother's Day, and it was weird because Dave Foley always looked like the youngest member of Kids in the Hall. And, like, his face is still kind of young, but he was, like, completely white. Yeah, you do see there is a secret door here. You got some guards kind of, like, going up around the corners and stuff here.
All right, yeah, I think I'm going to try to make my way in there.
All right, you'll be doing that now?
I'm gonna try to sneak into that room, see what it looks like, see if it's fun in there.
Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can. What's this guard doing? Like, how alert is he? Is he moving?
Kind of wandering. I mean, he seems like probably distracted, like about alertness level 3. He's not active. He's not afraid of anything being down here. This is just they're on patrol, probably in a place they're not usually used to being on patrol.
Okay. And I'm going to start just stepping in his footsteps and shadowing him and trying to move when he moves and sync myself up with him.
You move, I move.
And advances. If he's heading around the corner, then I'm following him.
All right.
What's suited?
We'll say a little bit of metal. Let's put some hearts on there.
Okay.
And let's go with all of you. Part of like the speed to kind of get into something while the guards are going around. Everyone hearts will be suited, and then you can choose your other suit.
All right. 11, one card.
There is a guard who is standing right in front of the door, down at the end of the hall, and he's sort of leaned up against the wall, got his sword. Got his kind of like one sort of hand on his sword. Looks bored in the way that someone who has been told to guard a door looks bored.
It's got to be the most important door in the building, man.
Oof. What's through this door on my right? Does it have a keyhole? Or?
Yeah. Well, we can have you play in a moment to check through the keyhole. All right, and for Twyla and Samantha.
8 over 2 cards minus 1 suspicion.
You're in in here. You kind of go into this fairly barren basement.
Oh shit! Giant spiders.
There's like a ladder that goes up, and from where it is on the main map. You know that right now you are probably underneath the fences, the bakery. Yeah, you'd be underneath Rippus's bakery.
Is there any business on this block that isn't a front for something?
To be completely honest, the church is probably the only one. Because I mean, it's called Cuthroat Alley for a reason. Because
well, the church is a front for the most dishonest business in the city. So
yeah, so like that, but yeah, there's thieves and cutthroats and all that stuff around this place. I also say you are also now in stealth level 6. You also do see that passageway down south that leads back to the sewer.
Oh, Michael, posting your screenshot on Facebook kind of lets me see the whole map without fog of war. So
sorry.
I won't look.
I wouldn't look at it. I mean, granted, I think almost all the stuff you've seen is on there.
No, I was just scrolling and didn't see who it was, and I was like, that looks a lot like son of a bitch. That's us.
All right, yeah. What was your play, Paul?
I just watched that guard for a second, and then I just used guile to just make sure that I step into the room outside of this field of vision.
But what was your total?
Oh, 6.
6? You are, yeah. And so as you come in, the 6 meets his, which does not trip him, but it does make him go, huh?
Oh.
He sort of like turns and he kind of looks back out right as it shuts. He didn't quite see it, but he heard that difference in like the air quality for a second as that door had opened.
Okay.
You now have a guard who is more alert than he was before.
Okay.
So your next play will be a little more difficult. However, where you are at is a. Did I put someone right over the numbers? Just double check. 9. Where you're, yeah. As you shit. As you come in, like here, it's much better lit. You're at stealth level 3.
So do I have to drop down, or I just don't draw back up
you have to drop down.
Okay. Well, actually, I get +1, so I'm still good.
Yeah, and Will, you're at stealth level 4.
Okay.
So, at this point, what is everyone doing?
Shitting their pants.
Legit.
I should have thrown away one of my aces to reduce that, huh?
The problem you had was not the suspicion. The problem you had was the actual
No.
is the number met.
Yeah, but I could have done that and been a little more smooth.
Yeah. So like what you needed was like another, probably at least one more, because when if you meet it, they're like, well, but it raises their alertness, and then it becomes harder to kind of go past them.
Yeah. Well, it's frustrating and fun because you don't know the exact numbers. So it's like, do I overplay and waste some cards, or do I?
Also, but the other thing you can do is you can also trust to the dice with the stealth level.
Yeah.
So
okay.
With the stealth level of the area, so that can be like a D6 roll, where if they meet it, they're more alert. They've heard something, they're going to search for it. But if it's below, they don't see it. If it's above, they do see it.
That didn't work well for me last game. Twilight, you said something, but you were muted. Or Laura. Your mouth moved like you were saying something. Okay.
So what's everyone doing?
I think I'm going to try to move out.
You want to go up to the... It should show it here, but there's not actually a thing up. You're going to come back out here?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to trust that to stealth level, or do you want to play?
Yeah, because the stealth level is a 6 up here, right?
Yeah, the worst that could happen is that guard out there can be like, what was that? Yeah, 3. You can move yourself back out there if you want, not a problem. Or you could go through either through this door or up through here, either one.
I think the worst that could happen is he could stab you, actually. So...
I mean, the giant spider hiding in the ceiling could descend. I mean, that's bad.
I keep thinking, have you ever seen the John Mulaney playing the drag queen on the drag queen brunch on SNL?
No, I want to now.
No, the beginning of it's great. It goes a little too far, but at one point he's like, "Hey, sugar, how y'all doing? Hey, girl, you looking great." Oh, this says something else to the other one, and then just turns to one guy and goes, "When's the last time you made anyone happy when you walked into a room?"
Oh.
All right, thanks for coming. They're like, "She's so sassy." He's like, "No, that's terrible." And like every time he comes back, it's the kind of fun sassy to everybody except the one guy gets like this horrible truth revealed to him. The ending is, I think, a little too much, but like up to that point, I was like, they try to give a reason why the drag queen would. I'm like, no, it's just funnier. It's so much funnier if the drag queen's just like, I just love that. It's like, when's the last time you made someone happy that you were in the room? It's like,
well, that's like the exact opposite of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
Now, see, I'm old enough. It's the old Eddie Murphy. Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
Yeah.
All right, what's everyone doing?
Well, I haven't thought of a miracle yet, so I'm going to stall and see if I can sneak halfway down this corridor and peek into the room on the right.
All right, just basically you're basically making a stealth play just to not be seen.
What's suited?
We'll go finesse, spades. And then
okay, I'll say hearts as well, because I'm basically trusting myself to how bored these people are.
And Paul.
Fuck. I don't have like I either have to be violent or burn my king. And I like my king.
You might have to burn your king. These are the hard decisions you have to make.
Yeah. Fuck it, dude. I'm knocking him out.
Woo! Gotta happen sometime.
So remember, he is a little bit alert. He's at least has been alerted. But
well, he's going to be really alerted when I smack the pommel of a dagger on the back of his head.
Remember that you probably have to do 4 points of damage through armor to take him out.
Yeah, but it's the other Jack. Fuck, I thought this was the one that let me ignore armor, but no, this is my other Jack.
Well, the thing is, you're probably hitting outside the armor because you hit the head.
Okay, but this one also lets me play 2 trailing cards.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
So does that make that like 11 now?
Yeah. So what is you basically for an ambush? Pull that back up.
It's like 12, isn't it?
Well, my Jack is only 5, I think.
But the thing is, you can play those trailing cards if you want, face down for extra damage.
Oh, what do they do face up?
Face up, they just add to your total, but the total that you need. So with an ambush, what you're basically going after is action succeeds, you cause damage according to your weapon. Minimum 1. So yeah, for the just check something here real quick. Ambush or one-sided attacks. So yeah, your thing is just being able to hit him, which for you, I mean, he's a little alerted, which means you're looking at his like probably active, like staying alert, like a 5.
Okay.
Plus, in this case, probably his metal, which might be a 3. 3, 4 if he's superior. And then after that, face down cards actually can raise up the damage to try to knock him, basically to knock him unconscious. He's not.
So I'm looking at playing 8 or 9 just to hit him for 1. So that would let me hit him with 11.
And then
3
1 point of
damage.
damage, and every face down card, you can use that to do an extra point of damage.
Okay.
And you have combat 1, right? So that's another point of damage.
Yeah, that's another point.
Wait, so it's 1 base plus 1 for combat.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 total damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that a good amount of damage?
Oh, is 4 how much you did?
Yes.
4, yeah, 4 will not, like, if it's a superior guard, it's going to give him close to unconscious. If it's a regular guard, they'll go unconscious. Like, usually it's 5 for superior.
Here's to regular guard. Does he feel regular as I hit him?
Yeah, as you go.
I'd hope he'd feel quite suboptimal.
Yeah, he's going
to.
And then could I play a couple more face down to like hide him under the table so like no one notices?
Well, yeah, you don't have to play face down for that, because that becomes your suspicion, essentially. Like, also the other ones you could have played face down to do more damage.
Well, but I mean, like, because right now this is 2 suspicion with an unconscious guard on the floor. If I play
that 2 suspicion is the sound, and then you can move him. You don't have to play for that. You have to take a little bit of time to move him.
But like if I played 2 face down, could I hit him quieter? I guess.
Yeah, what you do is you take the suspicion down, because every time you play cards, you make suspicion. It's noise.
Yeah.
It's someone noticing you've stolen stuff, or like sometimes they're not going to notice they stole stuff until they walk in the room and go, "Oh, hey, someone played 6 cards to steal stuff in here."
Yeah,
like people don't go into.
Yeah, I'm
looking
more,
at you, Laura.
Yeah, I'm more interested in just getting out of the room, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Oh man, wait.
So I think
okay.
I think we played like among the 3 of us, we played something like 8 or 9 cards to steal stuff from the weapon basement. I mean, some of that was suspicion dropped, but
yeah.
All right.
You have an intruder. Look out.
Yeah, and what did you roll, Will? Or what would you roll? What did you play?
9 with 1 suspicion.
All right. If you want to take a look in that room, you can.
Are you in trouble, Laura? You got kind of crestfallen for a second.
I'm a joker.
My mother is looking for my cat.
Oh.
Oh, and actually, yeah, it was her dad who played the Alien game, not you, Paul. For some reason, for some reason, I was thinking it was you.
There was like in 2 different conversations in the last week, he tried to convince me I played in this Alien game that I didn't.
But because you watched the Alien when I did with Gamers Table, I have to change it up for. Actually, I want to probably change it up anyway. They have a 3-hour time slot, and that at 4 hours, that was kind of rushed. I thought it was fun, but it felt quick.
So what's 4 look like?
So yeah, 4. When you look in, you see like there's there's a guard kind of sitting there like eating. There's a whole bunch of beds and such along there. I mean, this is clearly like sort of a guard's barracks. Which is kind of a strange thing maybe to have underneath the one-eyed giant. And you sort of look at like you kind of realize this might be actually Wiggins' smuggling crew, because the giant's not going to need this many guards, but smugglers. They also mentioned Derek's room. You sort of look at what he's doing. Like this appears to be where the smugglers stay underneath the giant.
Okay. This doesn't quite ring to me as Durgan's room, though.
No, not at all. This is just like a guard's barracks. However, very often, if Durgan is someone who is important, it might be nearby.
Okay. This guy who's standing in front of the door, is he like flat up against the door? Is there space to get around him? How alert is he going to be if people coming up on his peripheral?
He's close enough that he's you have to do something about him to get through the door. Like unless you can do something to distract him and move him away from the door. Where he's at right now is he's clearly been set to guard this particular door.
My hand hates me. I want to cry.
My whole body hates me.
I will say the room that you're looking into as well, 4, has a 5 stealth level. So I think you could go in there for a moment.
That sounds delightful.
Keep your stuff up and then...
I'll make it...
Go in there, take a deep breath, come back out.
All right, what are Twyla and Samantha doing?
I'm going north. And
I'm
just
going up here.
Okay.
Peeking into these rooms. Are these doors peekable as I go by them?
They're all closed, but like as you're kind of looking like this. I mean, as you saw them before, these would be a smuggler's cove, so they're going to keep a bunch of stuff in kind of all of these.
Okay.
And are we still saying, what was it, spades or hearts?
Spades.
Spades, okay.
I'm beginning to doubt spades exist in my deck.
You may actually have not much beyond the basic few. Remember, you're the 9 of diamonds or something is supposed to be like, I think it was 7 of spades.
Yeah, no, it was a 9 of hearts. It's supposed to be a 7 of diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played 10 over 2 cards minus 1 suspicion.
All right. Yeah, so there's a guard kind of going. You're able to sort of sneak by him. You'll see like the thing up to the ceiling, but this just seems to kind of like pop around.
Do I notice any like secret passages or?
I'll make another play because the one to sneak, and I'll make another one for that.
Okay.
And then Paul and Will, what are you doing?
I'm going up here to see what's going on.
Okay, you gonna enter one of the rooms?
No, I'm checking out the hallway. Is this actually a room or a hallway?
It's a room.
Okay, yeah. I'm right now. I'm just sticking to the hallway until I see an interesting looking room.
Okay.
Damn. Am I still stealth level 3?
If you enter that room up at the top, you're looking at stealth level 6.
Damn. But I don't get that until I get to the room.
Yeah.
All right.
And Will.
This sucks. The guard in here. What's up with the guard in here?
He's just sitting kind of eating a meal, looking bored. Appears like he's on break.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the door. I'm going to crack the door open just a bit, crouch down ready to spring into like a corner. And then I'm going to whisper crude and coarse insults at the guard who is guarding the door. I don't have I have very little information to go on, but I'm going to try and pull on what I know of Wigan's smuggling organization to see if I can sprinkle just enough names to make it sound like I'm a smuggler mocking this guy for getting stuck with guard duty.
Okay. Yeah, make your play, and then Laura, what'd you get?
7 over 2 cards.
You do find a secret passageway leading up to the north.
All right. I think I'm going to go in there.
All right.
I don't think it matters what's suited.
Yeah, I will say Guile on this one.
Yeah. Guile. Okay. Metal as well.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care what you say. I'm only playing a single suit anyway. So.
Actually, I'm going to hold on to that one, and because suspicion is like, there's no way this is not suspicious at all. So, let's call it a 9.
The suspicion is, does it come to you, or does he think it's coming from this guy over here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, like, suspicion can be good if you want that word, but suspicion is only, do they see the thing you don't want them to see?
Okay, so I'll call it this. I'll call it 9 points. 9 points with 1 suspicion.
All right. Yeah, as you say it, he kind of pops through. The fuck did you say? And you just sit there going, nothing.
Your mom is a bitch.
No.
And then duck back in the room.
Yeah, and I'm heading doorwards.
Okay, so what you're going to do is refill your hand. You're going to make your play to kind of. He goes, listen, I get stuck by the goddamn door all night. My back is killing me because I got to stand outside of it. But when he's just kind of going off, and then poor guy who's eating his lunch, his break is just like, I don't know what's going on. And then what is everyone else doing?
I'm just burning a couple aces, and I'm going to trust on the roll. I'm not actually making the play.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, I think Twyla's continuing down this.
You can't burn the. Did you play the aces for your stealth?
I made a roll and only got, or I made a play of stealth and only got 2.
Oh, so 2. Luckily, where you're at, there's no one real close by.
Yeah.
It made some noise, but nobody heard it at this moment. Here, you can be kind of loud.
Holy shit!
What's suited for getting to that door?
Metal, because hearts. You got to rush.
Yeah.
I don't think my deck is shuffled. I just drew 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Hit recall and shuffle again if you want to.
I mean, those aren't bad things to have.
Oh,
but
true, yeah.
So 11 points, 1 card, 1 suspicion.
Yep. You kind of pop back out into this hallway, and looking through the keyhole, you can see someone who is dressed in a lot of finery, who is sort of sitting on a bed, on the thing, sort of having a drink, looking incredibly bored.
Oh, dude, I'm actually looking through my deck. They're not shuffled, so I am going to put all those back.
How big's that room?
It is, that's what, 30 by 25? Like, somewhat decent size. When you get in there, you are looking at because there actually is some, like a fire going in there, you're looking at a 3 stealth.
Okay. Is the door locked?
Nope.
I'm through it.
All right, make your play. And what's going on with Twyla and Samantha?
I'm continuing down this passage. What's the stealth level in here?
6.
It's 6? Okay, I'm going to trust the dice then.
Yeah, you're good.
Is there anything in this room that like would make me suspicious that there's a secret door to the north?
Nothing right now. However, I have a feeling you're going to find out in a moment.
All right, then I'll just go back here and peek into this room. And I'm not worried about the stealth right now.
What's suited?
Metal for you.
Metal.
And you hear from way down south. What? and someone starts kind of walking up.
I love when you do that because it makes it feel like a video game, like the little what? What's that?
It's literally from some stuff said is literally from the Thief games. What was that? I don't know why everybody says.
I keep him in the corner of my eye because when his little exclamation point turns from like orange to red, I'm going to be ready to hide again.
See, that's what a bad stealth game has to give you an exclamation point. A good stealth game lets you hear it. Yeah, I'll say Twilight, as you kind of come around, you see it ends at a doorway, and you're like, yeah, there's going to be a thing there you can click to like open it up.
Open it slowly, because I might just like get startled and stab you. So
Noted.
open the door, and this dagger just like lodges in the door next to you.
All right.
11 points, 1 card, 1 suspicion.
All right, you manage to pop into the room. There's a moment he just sort of like looks up a little bit at the door, but doesn't seem as it's shut, doesn't seem to quite notice. And he's sort of sitting there looking over something he's written. He's like, "I have returned this time to take what was rightfully mine." Damn it! And he's kind of looking back over it, and he's trying to like memorize a speech that he's supposed to give. You hear like, "Common born and not worthy to lead this great country. I instead, oh God no. Common born and not worthy to lead this great country. I, called by the ancestors, by the what the fuck was the line?" And he's kind of like looking them over.
Still level 3.
Yep.
Dude, if you stab him, we win the game right now.
Well,
Club him on the head.
All right, so we win. So we complete the scenario, and then I die a lot.
But we're here to inconvenience him, and I think stabbing him would be pretty inconvenient.
Give him a slight concussion, then he can't.
No, wait till he's distracted and change his speech.
Very Dark Project-esque, right?
Yeah, change his speech.
Yeah, it's.
I am part of a conspiracy of people brought over to destroy this country. The people in the conspiracy are. This is weirdly detailed. You want me? Okay, I'll read it.
Okay. Fun times. Cool. I would like to slow play crossing the room to get the drop on him.
All right. So yeah, and you're doing that. What is everyone else doing?
I'm going into this room, and I'm going to see if there's anything cool in here, because I'm stealing shit.
Yep. If you want to, as you kind of pop in, you are going to see.
Smuggled goods.
Luckily for you, as you kind of pop in here, what you see is a bunch of stuff. Sort of here they put information about the. As you're kind of looking through, there's a lot of books on magic and stuff, and you're also seeing stuff in particular about Fae. Probably information that they're trying to get about Fae coins. And a lot of this stuff is worth some money. So you have Arcana. And Laura, what are you doing? Do you head through into this next room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of go there. The switch is, once you're in the secret passage, there's never a reason to hide the switch. So like it's just, and then you're able to kind of pop into this room, which has a number of crates. Then what are you doing from there?
Is there anything good in the crates, or are they just crates?
I would go ahead use culture with what you play. Let me refill my drink real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, give me just a sec.
I don't know what we said to offend him, but we should apologize if he gets back. you listening to music, or is it just in your head?
No, it's just in my head.
What was it?
Oh, it was the Bach Cello Suites? Question mark.
Okay.
I get weird music going through my head sometimes. It happens.
I know the feeling.
I get weird music going through your head all the time too.
Did you figure out what the song was going through your head?
Yeah, one of the Bach Cello Suites, I guess.
I had for like 3 days it was the music for The Paperboy. Which, have you seen that Pixar short?
I don't think so.
I thought you meant like the old Nintendo game.
No, it's like there's this guy. He sees a girl. He's at work. He's having to do all this paperwork, and he sees a woman walk into. He passed by like on the train, go across the street to be interviewed. He sees her, and he's just like, and so he takes his paperwork. He starts trying to like throw paper airplanes at her to get her attention, and they all kind of keep missing. And like his boss comes and like yells at him and puts a whole bunch of stuff down. He kind of gives up. Then as she's walking out, there's one thing that hit her earlier on when they met at the train station. Like her lipstick was on it, and she kind of gave him a look, but then they had to leave. And then like at one point, like for her, one of the paper airplanes is sort of like flips in front of her, and then she starts to like look at it. She's chasing it. While that's happening, all these paper airplanes come out and start like grabbing the guy and like rushing him like to go meet her. And it's a really cute thing, but the music is super good. And I had the music going through my head for like 2 or 3 days, but it sounds a little like the Outer Wilds soundtrack, which I've been listening to, but it's not it. And it was driving me nuts. I'm like, what? I know that damn thing. And then I finally felt like, that's what it is. It was a huge relief. All right.
So it's not relevant for round 1, but it may be relevant for round 2. What is suited for sneaking up and ambushing the usurper?
You could basically just make it an ambush thing where you're going up against like force. You're trying to knock him out before he can notice.
Okay, but what would be suited for that play?
Oh, force would be what is force? Clubs.
Okay, I'm going to say that spades is also. I'm going to say that spades is also suited because of the care required to sneak up on him.
All right. So the thing is that what you're in there? If you want to do that as your action, you don't have to like sneak into position first. You can just make that your play. All that's considered.
Yeah, but
play.
I was slow playing though because I don't have enough cards in my hand to one-shot him.
Well, the thing is, with slow playing, that means he gets to do the roll.
Yeah, but also use as few cards as possible because a usurper is going to take up so many slots in your inventory, and
here's the thing: if you're slow playing, he's in the room. He gets to make a roll against your stealth level,
which is 3.
Yeah. So, do you want to slow play?
If he sees me, I'm in combat with him, right?
Yeah.
So, if I just want to hit him with what I've got, then I do damage to him, and then we're in combat.
Yeah.
So, I see the point. Okay. All right. So instead of slow playing it,
I can re-roll because I hit that when I shouldn't have. Like if you slow play, if you're slow playing, he gets to roll to see you. So that's a 4-5. He have a 50-50 chance of him.
I think we'd better go with the roll because I've already seen the next cards I draw. So let's just call it a misplay on my part. I'm slow playing an ambush and then we roll stealth level.
And then he looks and he sees you right there.
All right. Can I convert my cards into a combat action?
I would wipe them this time. Pull back your stealth level.
Okay.
And now it's as you're kind of trying to sneak through. So there's that moment he sees you. That's now been broken. He's about to yell something.
All right, and my fist goes right at his my forearm goes right at his throat.
Okay. Make your play, and remember the more stuff
you
put
down
is for wounds. Now, luckily for you, he does not appear to be someone who's been trained extensively in fighting. At least not to the point the guards are.
Okay. What's suited?
Clubs.
gonna suggest that Spades is also suited because having this fight as quietly as possible is of monumental importance to my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it 5 or 6? That is 6 and cycles. It's quick.
You might want because 6. He is definitely alarmed.
Yeah.
Alarmed
so
is alertness 6.
Okay. So this is 9. And then 2 cards face down for damage, and I'm going to apply my combat to armor.
Okay. Yeah. As you actually kind of come forward, you're doing 2 wounds.
This is 3 damage. If I succeed, 3 damage to him, and 1 protection for me.
And he does this this like slap thing on you that like it kind of like strikes but not real hard as you boom. And thank God for the fact that a lot of these like rich people born into privilege don't necessarily have to be as tough as if this was one of the guards, you'd be in a little more trouble. As he just goes, he kind of collapses down on the ground and he is out. And how many cards did you play face up?
2 cards face up.
Okay, so not enough suspicion to grab people in the next room. And he is out. The room you're in, as you sort of look around, it is clearly it's Durgan's. It's like the owner of the Giants, and you see just like a bunch of stuff in that area. Like this is there's actually probably a decent amount of money here.
Yeah. Where are the doors? Is that a door on a door on the west wall?
Yeah, there is a door over here that appears to be locked. All right. So, what is everyone else doing while he's doing that? Or did you play your cards for thieving?
Yeah, I looted, and I got 16 minus 2 suspicion, and my 16 was over 2 cards.
Okay. Over 2 cards. Let me pull up my thing.
I should have spent more classes in Thieving Academy and less on magic because you're really good at stealing shit and I'm like okay.
You actually like history stuff. There's kind of enough stuff here that there's actually worth some stuff in history. We'll take up 2 slots, but you're looking at 640 worth of stuff.
All right.
And what about for you, Paul?
I played 2 cards for a total of 10 with 2 Arcana, and I don't give a shit if they find out when I'm gone.
And you have 2 Arcana?
2 Arcana.
Yeah, as you actually go through it, like some of the stuff they found, now because clearly he was helping out with the conspiracy, the stuff that they found for information on the Fae is actually worth a ton. You find $1,000 worth, and then we'll tell you what 2 slots for you. There's a couple of these books in particular that are worth a lot. Like, you'll be able to sell these for a ton. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I still need to. I still have not seen Babe. I should watch it. It's supposed to be very good. All right. So, well, Dominic is heroically actually doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. What is everyone
I'm going to die. I'm going to die in here.
What is everyone else doing?
Yes, but we will be able to afford a very fine funeral for you, sir.
You will be missed.
Yeah. What's the stealth level in this room I'm in?
6.
Awesome. Then I'm going to head back out in the hallway and go look at the next room. Or towards the next room. I don't know if I get there in one move or not.
Alright. You're going to make your play for it. And Twyla, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm going in a similar direction.
Yeah, you both making a quick heart attack. Oh God, it's you.
Yeah.
As the two of you enter the hall.
So the stealth in here is 4, so that means if he rolls 4 below, I will be noticed.
Yep. Are you? Yeah. Are you two going to play, or do you want to trust to the roll?
Well, it's actually 3, right? It's only 4 because I'm in there now, or is it?
9 is it's 3. Did you play that card?
I haven't played anything yet.
So yeah, it's a 4.
No, it's in my hand.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
a 4. It's only if you discard that you lose that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, that just seems like a very high chance of being noticed. So I'm going to make some effort.
All right, and then Dominic, what are you doing?
I guess I'll toss this room. What's suited for looting and investigation?
Okay. So in here, it'll be diamonds for guile on that to kind of see what's going to be worth some stuff. Actually, you don't do well. Yeah, you do that. We'll say for yours, when you're looking through this, basically engineering or finance will both do pretty well for you.
Finance seems real apropos at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that spades is suited as well because there are guards right outside the room. So that is 16 across 2 cards.
Whoa. I did that wrong. You have what, 2 in that?
Yeah.
So as you're kind of going through some of the books and some of the other stuff that they've got, as well as some of the money and such that he keeps, that is going to be 960.
Okay.
Y'all gotta get 6 miles in, bruh. I've known one person who actually used the word bruh. Like, literally.
I don't even use it like jokingly because in college I had a friend. He and I made fun of the dude guy on our dorm floor, and by like halfway through that semester, there were 4 of us that were using dude more than he did.
Whoops.
So, and that has continued for 20 years. I still am a dude. Like, dude.
Did I find the key or anything while I was searching the room?
Nope.
Grump.
Oh, you got Hall 2. I'm kind of curious how everyone's bags are filled. Yeah, I thought those pretty daggers were like 2. Yeah, so remember, however many you play in a looting action, that's how many slots it takes up.
Who is that directed at?
Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Though I see
reminder.
you have gone through and been like, oh, here's the stuff.
Yeah, I just put X's in the extra slots.
I guess I'm getting a little bit desperate I'm feeling a little trapped in here, so I'm going to search using enginery, or loot using enginery. What is suited?
I will say, did you want to check through the door next to it?
That's the door on the west here?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, if I can look through there. You said it was locked, though, right?
Oh, yeah. You sort of look through, you do see a bunch of chests and stuff in there.
Oh, okay. But I'd have to, pick the lock on this thing.
Yeah, but there's only a little bit more you're going to be able to choose from this particular room.
Okay. All right, so if I were picking a lock, what would be suited?
Finesse, spades.
Okay. I'm going to say that Hearts is also suited because I am trying to keep my cool in a very intense situation. And I'm going to have to slow play this.
All right. All right. And Paul, what were you doing?
I stealthed back into the hallway with a 7.
Okay. I also remember, Laura, I don't know if you did this, but remember for every card you play on a loot action, that becomes 1 slot. So if you've got if it took 2 or 3, that becomes 3 or whatever. So that tells you how much you can take.
Alright.
Also, remember, one thing you can do is there's no one right here in the room for Dominic. There's no one right here in the room, so if you actually go through and you don't necessarily have to slow play, but you can get I'm going to get one tumbler now. I might get more next turn.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna break my suit and score 8 points on 2 cards.
Okay.
Maybe put 1 card face down, so 2 tumblers
so
on 8.
There's 1 more tumbler for you to get.
Oh, I can't put a card down. I broke my suit. So 8 points on 2 cards.
I think you can. Let me double check. I think you can put face down. Can you put face down after you play? You may choose to play additional cards face down for no effect. The next card is suited. You may play another card and so on basically face down for bonus effect is after you can play them face up. So even if you play something offsuit, you can still play cards face down.
Okay, so then that's 2 tumblers. If I pass, 2 tumblers.
A total of 2, or you're playing more to get there's what is it?
This I'm attempting to pick the lock with a score of 8 plus 1 tumbler picked.
Okay, yeah, you get one more tumbler to get on next turn.
Okay. Keep giving Twilight cards.
Yeah.
At least that one wasn't a joker.
Laura was like, "Why do I have 4 jokers in my deck?"
And I get through my whole hand, and I'm holding 1. I get all the way through my hand, and I've seen 1 joker. And I'm like,
There's a YouTube person I've been watching who's a magician who, does a bunch of stuff, and some of the cards they've got in there, I'm like, if I was doing Project Dark in person, I would probably order a bunch of those decks of cards because they look amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if the Project Dark deck of cards actually ever come out, they'll be awesome, but I am not holding my breath.
So I guess my next action is picking again. What's suited?
We'll go finesse. Same thing here. All right.
Okay.
So what are folks doing?
I'm going into the next room.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going into another room to loot some more.
Okay.
I guess I'll go into 14 so that she can go into 13. So I'm not always a step ahead of her.
You do have a guard coming up the way, so do keep that in mind when you play your stuff to go into those rooms.
Okay.
And everyone make your plays.
What is the stealth level here again? 4?
Stealth level in 9. The stealth level in 9 is 3.
Okay.
4 because Paul hasn't discarded that one yet, so he's at 3. Paul, have you been keeping that card in your hand the whole time?
Yeah, every session, when I get it in my hand, it is in my hand until I need a nuclear option and have no others.
It makes it a really interesting power, though. It becomes this thing where it gives you the extra card, so it's not really taking up a slot.
But it's there as a backup when I need a really strong play.
Yeah, but it's worth at least 5. So,
and
it becomes that thing where it's
And when we are crossing paths, it's still an extra card for whoever's with me. So it's still it's still a benefit to holding on to it.
Yeah, it's a definitely interesting. I find that really interesting. That's an interesting spell where it's until you played it, you have it. All right, so if y'all want to make your play, or if you want to trust to the 4, you can do that.
So my Queen of Hearts has this ability. It's lure. Move an NPC into an adjacent area.
Like where would you like to move him, and how would you like to do that?
Are we adjacent to hell? Tell him to go to hell.
Yeah. Can I make him maybe like go like this general direction? I don't know.
Tell me how you do it.
Like Bugs Bunny with those eyelashes, you go yoo-hoo.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do something with the echoing effects. Maybe if I can like throw something in that area, or like if I can echo my voice off of this wall.
Make your play. Does that do like even if unsuccessful it does it?
Yeah, even unsuccessful it does.
So yeah, he'll kind of hear that and go. The thing is, he walks right by the body that you knocked unconscious. But he doesn't quite see it as he sort of heads.
It's under the table.
Yeah,
it's under the table, baby.
He sort of heads. And he's like, "Who's that?" All right, so both of you make your play. Remember, like, this happens while this stuff's sort of going, so you might still hear if the play is low, but because he's still moving through while you're doing your stuff.
Yeah, and if this is a video game, remember, we can attack them, and even if we don't fail, we just have to hide for a few seconds, and they'll walk around bleeding out with, like, arrows sticking out of them going, must have been my imagination.
That's the difference between Thief and, like this one. Once they're alert, if they can get other people alarmed, like, you suddenly have a 6 base for everybody. Beyond that, this game is Thief, the role-playing game. Like, whoa, damn it! And so I think they're playing to sneak into those rooms, and then for Dominic, are you picking that last tumbler?
Yeah, 8 points, 2 tumblers.
Yep. As you kind of come in, this room is his vault. You're looking through it. You're also seeing like some torture equipment on this table, sort of to the south. And as you're looking through, there also are all these chests, and these chests have quite a bit of money in them.
Woo!
When you say torture equipment, like, are the manacles like spiked, or are they covered in like ostrich feathers?
I'm talking you would not be allowed at a BDSM thing with these.
Okay.
I guess I will loot this room. What's the
finance will work really well here.
I'm happy with finance. I'm going to score 9 points over 2 cards.
A good amount of that.
And what's the stealth level in the vault?
6.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be $900 worth. As you're kind of going through, like, loose coins, unfortunately, is fairly expensive, but you do find like several things that were apparently traded to him that were gold, like not quite bars, but other things that were made in gold that you're like, yep, this will be worth stuff. So yeah, it takes up 2 slots, but it's worth 900. All right, how did your other plays go?
I did 7 to get into this room.
Okay. And Laura, were you going to 12 over here?
I think I was going to 12, and I played 10 over 2 cards.
All right. Oh. And those, if you want to do, let me check your stuff.
Why do I have a 9 of hearts in my hand?
I think you probably accidentally got that from Paul, maybe. Laura, if you want to use culture for yours, if you're stealing some stuff, and Paul, probably the best one for you got here is finance.
You stole my 9 of hearts, though, so it should be in your hand.
Oh, you stole my 9 of hearts.
I can't actually get into room 13. There we go. Okay. All right, and you said finance?
Paul, do you want me...
Is my 9 of hearts in your hand, Michael? Because you used the Joker to steal it.
I think I did. Oh, you know what that might be? Do you have like a 7 of That 9 of hearts might have ended up for a couple things.
I didn't see it on my first 2 passes through the deck, so I'm guessing I yanked it off Paul's by accident.
It's a possibility. If it wasn't there before, that was a possibility.
Should I put it on top of Paul's deck, or?
Yeah, I will double check all those cards later to make sure I've got the right ones in the right places.
So I played 20 over 3 cards minus 1 suspicion.
I'm gonna put that over there because it's actually in your hand.
Yeah, you managed to pull $1,400. There's like some paintings and some other 1,400 gold. Some paintings and some other stuff that you're able to like shunk all these.
We need to invest in a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm. So, Michael, how many slots does an unconscious body take up?
It takes no slots, but it does take all of your hands. So, pull them over and then, start going with it.
Okay. So, I guess I will loot the room again, finance. What's suited for a loot action in the vault?
What is it? Diamonds for Guile. How much did you grab last time?
900.
Okay.
I'm going to say hearts for audacity. And that is another 9 over 2 cards.
Okay, you already pulled what, 900?
Already pulled 900, yeah.
Okay, that'll be, you basically have kind of wiped out the stuff that you can kind of grab easily without making a ton of extra noise when you go. So that's going to be 600. As you're able to pull in some of the information on bribes and other stuff. And they'll take up 2 slots. Okay. What were other people doing?
I'm in room 13. I have 13 with 2 finance.
Yeah, so as you're kind of popping through, you actually manage to find a variety of, it's sort of, things would be like special china and silver and other stuff. You sort of you're able to kind of quickly pack them with the stuff you've got for 910 gold. Yeah, how many slots are people getting down to?
I have 1 left plus 2 for my haul.
Yeah, I think I'm coming close to my max here.
So I have three slots left.
3 slots left.
Yeah.
I think I'm maxed out.
Okay. So at this point, are we about ready to make an escape?
I guess my next action is going to be to frantically look for any way out of this room, these 2 rooms, to look through these 2 rooms for any way out that is not through multiple guards back out into the sewers.
Make your play.
Okay, what's suited for...
Oh, it'll be Guile.
Okay.
The diamonds. And, okay, what are Twyla and Samantha doing?
Getting in line for this Weekend at Bernie's show that's about to unfold.
It's okay. Yeah, what are the two of you doing now? So you got the one guard that's been kind of moved out into the sewers. He won't be out there probably for long.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit one more room because I got room in my room.
And then for Twyla?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to make my way back over to the secret passageway that I came
Okay.
from.
At this point, you can trust to the stealth. It's also going to be a little bit higher because there's no one right there near it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You're good? Paul, you doing the same?
Yep.
Yeah, you're also good.
9 points to suspicion.
Yeah, as you're sort of looking, the nice thing you know about these rooms that are sort of down here connected to places with other secret passages is there's almost never a single secret passage into a place, and you actually managed to find. Oh, if you want to move into that other outer room, you managed to find that. And there's a point where you're going through and probably underneath the bookshelf, there's a part that's like, and the wall opens up that will take you out to the sewer.
Sweet. I think I may need your help to get that to happen because I'm stuck in the vault.
They are.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I wanted. I am in there.
Sweet.
I'm going to haul Rhys over my shoulder and
I'm
say,
picturing the conversation.
"Come on, Your Honor."
I'm picturing the conversation afterwards. Like, oh god, I found him. What about you guys? We stole a lot of shit.
Yeah.
What? But I did the actual.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
You owe me some of your shit.
I think if we pool our resources, we're going to come away real well from this.
What do you think we can get for him?
I think the Queen will reward us very, very well for the delivery of her brother.
Just walk in, plop him down on our table. What's the going rate for a traitor these days?
Yes, I'll also say that. Basically, are you Will? Are you escaping out of here?
Well,
with him.
Oh, that's a good point. Do I just want to get clear? I feel like I need to have some kind of continuity with. You know what? I'm going to leave him in the secret passage. I'm going to leave Rhys in the secret passage, closing both ends of it, and then I'm going to step out into the sewers and make it my mission to find some other member of my crew.
Yeah, I'm not doing this by my goddamn self. And what are the rest of the crew doing?
I'm gonna loot this one more room over here. Room 14.
Laura, what is that you're holding?
The juice box.
It's an acai fruit pack.
Oh yeah, is it what fruit pack?
Acai.
Okay.
It's a power fruit.
Like knockoff Capri Sun or something.
That's exactly going. It's not her phone. It looks like. Be proud
I
of
could
the
tell
shit
she
you
was.
want to have. Don't be ashamed.
I could tell she was sucking on it, so I hope it wasn't her phone.
Oh, literally all I saw was kind of like it was like this, but it looked a little clear, and I was just like, "What the hell is that?"
No, this is my dessert.
Oh, hey, go you.
Yeah, Twyla's going to be moving back towards the secret passage. I'm attempting to move,
All right,
but it's not working.
It may be kind of. This is not designed for especially with like a whole bunch of them. It's not designed for like the 5. Like if I made these each like 5, so you could get through the doorways, and there would be a problem like getting all of them on there. But yeah, I will move you out into the hall. Yeah, you said you're moving it back up to the secret passage. And then Paul, you were going to steal some stuff. Yeah, both of you. I think.
Yeah, room 14. I want to.
You both said you were going with the roll, which I already did, so you're both fine there.
Yeah.
We have a flood watch coming.
Oof.
Which for me is not a worry. Though I'm having to think, I don't think I've actually filled the gas in my car since March. Like I did it after spring break was done at the end of March. I don't think I've done it since. All right, so what are you doing, Dominic?
I guess I'm going to try and get up to about here, passing somewhere between 1 and 2 guards on the way.
Try to find where are these motherfuckers. You want to make your call or make your roll?
Sure. Spades is going to be suited, among whatever else. And that's going to be 8 with 2 suspicion.
All right. You have no problem making your way up there.
All right. What's stealth level in the sewers? It's 4, 5, 4, I think.
Sewers is.
I think 4.
Yeah, 4.
Because I was rocking 5 when I was rolling around with Samantha.
Yep. So Samantha, you're stealing stuff.
I'm stealing stuff.
All right, make your play.
Well, what kind of skill am I using here?
In the place you're in right here, it'll be craft.
Oh, what happens if I don't have any craft?
Then you get just the basic like.
Okay, so just no multiplier.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, actually,
We're gonna go
actually for what you got, let me double check.
It would be 11.
Yeah, craft is the big one. Beyond that, there'll be some stuff there for history. So times.
Well, I got some history. I got history for you.
You have 11.
Yeah, 11 with 1 history.
Yeah, as you kind of go through, you actually find a couple of these sort of odd baubles you remember reading about in a book that are worth about 220.
All right. Odd as in miscellaneous or odd as in strange?
Odd as in strange. These aren't things you see very often. And that's what? Is that 3 cards for you?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 slots. So at this point, is everyone going to meet up?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just basically going to go the direction that I saw the rest of my crew disappear in until I see somebody, and then I'm going to start frantically signaling, "We're done, let's go."
Let's have everyone make one basically stealth check to get back together with a finesse being part of it.
Hey, when I first joined, they gave me that fake coin, and does that actually take up one of my slots?
No, it's a literal coin. You probably keep it a little bit separate from everything else.
Okay. Ooh.
So that means more slots for you, right?
Now I get my King of Clubs that lets me like beat people up with no armor. Well, let's see. We're kind of going fast. And we're doing it, say, stealthily. Or we're just booking it, so I'm getting a little tired running.
Eight over 3 cards for me.
You're good.
8 over 2.
You're also good.
Yeah, well, I'm better because I got the same score with less cards. So
yeah, I was gonna say Twilight, you get one where you kind of come to this garden. Yeah, what was that? But you're already kind of gone, so like they're looking, but they're looking in the wrong direction.
Which is fortunate because that's when some guy with a body over his shoulder walks by and you distracted them at just the right time.
And then Dominic, what was you? What was yours?
9 over 2 cards.
All right. So let's just make this easier. We'll kind of put you over here. Kind of by that, like as the 3 of you sort of meet back up, what happens?
Can I kind of signal that I found like a ladder that I think leads up to the bakery in that little basement-y area?
There's also like this one here, for example, leads up to the street itself. All of the C's you see in here, these are ladders that lead up to the street.
That might be better.
Where was the ladder that led up to the armory? Was that like here?
Oh, I might have screwed up there.
Yeah. This is the one that led up to this is where we came in from the casino. Which was like the forge.
Oh, yeah.
This one led to the forge.
This one up here will lead up to the street. This one will lead up to the forge.
Yeah, when I see the unconscious body, I go, there's no way your roommate is going to believe he just followed you home. So you're probably not going to be able to keep him.
Actually, yeah.
I give you a thin-lipped smile in response. My hands are otherwise occupied.
Now, I have a question. Can we use cards to disguise the unconscious body?
No. You cannot weaken infirmity.
Whoa! This
As funny as I think that is. Like, no, you're just like, you're carrying a body.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
just like, disguise.
Make way, people! Heavy sack of carrots coming through.
Oh, this. But also the thing is you all know how to like kind of like grab someone and move them without other people necessarily noticing.
So I Steve's well. I carefully set. We flash back to a time before me having hauled Rhys back on my shoulders, and I Steve's cant a question about your bakery letter. What are our chances of camping out in the bakery while somebody runs to go get the Queen's Guard to come down here and collect Rhys?
We are going to get so fat camping out in a bakery.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, we have to. That's a possibility. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than trying to haul Rhys through the streets all the way to the palace.
Is the baker someone we trust? I forget if he's a...
The thing is, you're in a position where it's very hard to know who is basically been paid to be a part of, because like clearly Durgan from the One-Eyed Giant is a part of the conspiracy, at least as far as he's hiding the person. From what Dominic heard, he doesn't know who the guy is. But
wait, I've seen enough movies. I don't even trust the Queen anymore. She might be in on this.
Yeah, so the thing is the fence is generally like not. He generally keeps his neutrality, but if you have a group trying to take over the Thieves Guild, you don't do that without trying to get a whole bunch of other people behind you first.
The church?
Bum, bum, bum.
We could ask for asylum for the three of us and our comatose friend.
He's the only one who is basically usually considered off of. He's the one that's considered like don't touch him because of the church. So yeah, basically people leave him alone. That actually might not be a terrible idea.
And Jenny likes us, so.
I think that's sounding like our best option right now.
So we just carry him in, drunk altar boy, as we pass the guards, and.
All right, in that case, everyone make one more play to get into the streets and to the church.
And the sewers were 4?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say physicality is a very strong part of what I'm doing right now because I'm hauling a body around.
I'll say finesse for being quiet.
Oh, man, now I'm... Yeah. I got 7.
Uh, 8 over 2 cards, -1 suspicion.
Uh, 10 points, 1 suspicion.
Okay. You managed to make it to the streets. And you go to the church?
Church is my favorite bet. A place we know is actually my top vote is for a place we know 100% to be completely abandoned. I don't think we know that, so church is a good second bet.
All right, so you kind of take him up there. He's unconscious. You head into the church, and are you trying to hide him, or you want Father Chisholm to know you're there, or Chisholm to know you're there?
We probably want to sneak him past the guards at least, and then Because we don't know which of them
there's
we
not
can
somebody out on
trust.
the street. There are other places. But getting to the
Okay.
church isn't a problem.
Yeah, as long as the father's the only one to see him, him, it.
Yeah. As Father Krishop says, you kind of come in. He's like, "Hello, oh my God, who is that? What? Who are you? Have you dealt with Father Krishop before?"
Not that he was aware. We stole his shit, though.
I mean, maybe some maybe some pleasantries, but
Yeah, there's a moment where he's just like, "Who is that? What are you doing?"
Father, it's a wild night. It's a wild night, and the four of us need your asylum.
Is your friend okay?
I think I know him. I've got some culture in Arcana. I've probably spent some time researching in the church.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, Samantha, it's just, what's wrong with your friend?
He's not our friend. He's actually an enemy of the Queen, and we're trying to keep him in custody and keep it quiet until we can figure out how to get him in her custody.
You're working for the Queen.
She doesn't know it, but we're working on behalf of her.
Come here. And he goes and kind of like moves aside a curtain, which leads into another room. And has you follow him into here. Then here, it's like, what are you going to do now?
I was hoping to impose on you to maybe send a messenger to her to send a few guards that she trusts implicitly to retrieve someone that would be very valuable.
Perhaps one of us should go along. I'm afraid I don't. I'm not sure who to speak to, but we have a lot of very compelling. Material that Her Majesty's Spy Master needs to see.
He's like, so do all of you? Who goes to talk to like a guard or something to get to the Spy Master?
Since you two are more involved with the plot, I'm fine staying and guarding him.
Yeah, I think the priest should probably stay, because if thugs start trying to bash down his door desperately in the night, he probably needs to be there to ward them off. But I think one or two of us should stay with Rhys, and then the remainder should go collect Queen's Guard.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't know how good I would be in a fight. Because I'm assuming that that's what we would probably be doing for those of us who stick around, right?
If someone happens to go in there.
Yeah, I think Twyla would probably go help find some folk to relay messages to the Queen.
Do you want backup? I feel like I'm probably best served keeping him where he's keeping him in place.
Well, but you know more about what's going on, so maybe the two of you going with the information, and I can just stay here with a club over his head in case he wakes up. I mean, I assume we can tie him and gag him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't just going to put him up on the balcony and then, go take a nap or something.
So who is going to tell Queen's Guard?
Guess Twyla and me.
Okay. Where do you go? What are you looking for?
All right, as soon as they leave, I set them free.
Paul, you get a story point for your agenda.
Okay. I mean, I'm way out of my depth here. We have names who are conspicuously not on the conspirator documents. Mm-hmm. So we have names that by their absence suggest they are people who can be approached.
Okay, so one of the nobility of the city.
Yeah.
All right. You go to We'll go with the Brays. The Bray family. There's a point where the door opened and Octavia, Wicker Bray, is out there looking. She's like, "Who are you?" You're looking at the lady of the house.
So I'm. Dominic is willing to let Twyla take the lead on this. And if Dominic has to take the lead on this, I think I'm going to do it in charades.
I think Twyla will probably say, it doesn't matter who we are, it matters who you are. You are someone that the Queen trusts, correct? And can be trusted.
Her eyes narrow for a second. Raiden! She just kind of looks at you and, like, you can kind of hear someone behind her moving towards her. She goes, "Speak quickly, or my guards will have problems with you."
I think Twyla's just going to try to burst in and say, "We don't have time for this."
As you burst in, you actually see, like, the guard that she called just sort of looks and just kind of confused. She's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm saving the kingdom. What are you doing?
Right.
I continue into like the receiving area.
And there's one where she kind of said, "Go right." And then she follows sort of after. You're saving the kingdom.
We have reason to believe that there is going to be a kind of uprising against the Queen and an attempt to replace her with her brother.
So you come to me. You have some sort of a conspiracy going on that you, someone who I have no idea who you are, has proof of, and then you have Rhys. Like Rhys might be replacing her. Pray tell, what proof might you possibly have?
I'm going to take one of the fake coin out of my pocket and slam it down on the table.
Oh. Let me do this. Yeah, there's a moment where it's a fake coin, and there's a moment where she just, like, her eyes go completely wide. She looks over at you, and she's like,
"There are 7 more bankrolling this conspiracy."
7. That's, and she's not quite touching it, but she's like, "That's." Who are you?
Servants of we are mere servants of the Saturnine, but we have discovered a great deal of we have discovered a great mess of conspiracy against Her Majesty in the last few days. I start naming names.
And there's a point where her eyes kind of went. She's like, "What's your proof? We can't move on these people without proof."
Moving on you without
just
proof.
as a side, what is the position of this family in respect to the Queen?
They're a noble family. They're ones that have been supporters of her since she was fairly young. It's one of the points where, as far as everyone's concerned, she had been close to this family early.
Mm-hmm.
She'd often been seen with, in particular, her. Like, she might be a actual close personal friend. Like, Octavia Bray is one of those people that they had talked about having known the Queen.
If you can reach the Queen's ear and the ears of her, is the spymaster, is whoever the Queen's spymaster is on our, like, are there intelligence agents of the Queen who we can trust at the moment?
Well, they're definitely intelligence, like you don't know because you don't run in those circles. However, there's a decent chance she has a spy master. You're hopeful that person is loyal, but you have no idea.
All right. So I will say that I say that if she can help us, if my lady can help us reach the Queen's ear and the ears of her intelligence agencies, my associates our associates and we have plenty of information that they will find it very interesting, but we have to act quickly. The conspiracy intends to act at mass tomorrow.
I'm hearing a tale, but I'm hearing no proof.
I kind of look to Dominic. Did you bring the letters?
I mean, I give you I give you an eye roll of yes, of course, and just sort of flick a trusting, like, you know, a quick question about, do you trust this person?
I kind of look her up and down. And I think I kind of like convey what choice do we have?
All right, so I will pull out the evidence I'll pull out the letters from the church.
Okay. There's one where she just kind of like looks through them and she's like, I recognize some of this handwriting. Raylan! And she kind of grabs her thing. She talks to him very quickly, and then a few people very quickly leave. She goes, is this the extent of what you have?
Oh, God. That's ominous.
This is all you need to know.
We're letting the queen know. Do you wait around to see if like the queen's guard shows up?
We kind of have to. We haven't told them where Rhys is yet.
Yeah.
And nor should we, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could wait in the shadows across the street in case it's not the Queen's Guard.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm going to try to steal something on my way out.
Make your play.
Okay. I don't like.
Go with craft.
Okay. What's the stealth level?
3.
Okay.
Oh wait, is that a Joker?
Yep.
That is mine.
That's very unfortunate. Okay. And then -1 suspicion. So that's a 7.
What's your craft?
Probably nothing. It's more just for the I just don't like this woman.
What's your history?
My history is 2.
2. That's 7.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 480. Takes up 2 slots. You manage. There's like a little statue thing you kind of manage to grab. After a time, you see a bunch of the Queen's guards, like in a carriage, show up, and you see Aquila Danfield, which is the Queen's personal guard, steps out. And were you waiting across the street, or are you in the house?
Across the street, no?
Yeah, I think we were across the street.
Yeah. So what do you tell Octavia about that?
About us going across the street?
Mm-hmm.
I think Twyla says, we'll be around.
No, wait, you should, and then you're probably gone. Yeah, when they show up, you see her kind of like gesticulating kind of wildly, and he sort of turns and looks like in the things across the street, and then steps forward. And goes, "I'm Aquila Danfield. I have been the Queen's guardian since she was a child. If you have something to say, you will tell it to me now."
Then your services are needed again. She is in great danger, and I will approach Aquila Danfield, and I will, unless Twyla signals no, present her with the rest of my information.
Okay, do you tell him?
I think that we still withhold where Rhys is. I think we maybe, yeah. You can present her with the rest of the information, but I'm still hesitant.
I mean, they're going to have to know where Rhys is pretty soon if they're going to go collect him.
Yeah. Maybe if she asks, we say that we'll escort them to him, but yeah.
And I also note to Danfield, to Captain Danfield, that the lady of the house has the lion's share of the information that we've provided.
He sort of turns back and is like, "What are they giving you?" And she kind of brings in the letters. She's like, You know where Rhys is?
A nod.
He goes, so tell me, do I bring an army to get Rhys? Where is he kept?
I think discretion would be best in this situation. Perhaps send a couple of your best guards, and we will lead them.
He is no longer defended.
We need to take him into custody. We need to do so now. What happens here has to be done in front of all people. If you are here to help the Queen, you'll know that it must be legitimate, and that Rhys's kind of like he's looking through these letters, and Rhys's culpability in this conspiracy must be made public. If he is alive, we must take him alive and show him as a prisoner before all.
Yeah.
I have no objections.
Where is he?
I don't like your tone.
No.
He sort of looks at you as you say that. Yeah. His eyes go wide, and he just kind of steps forward. He goes, "My job is to protect the Queen from any sort of enemies. You have come here and told me that he has, and that she has, and he kind of like fans the letters. People conspiring against her, and that her brother is trying to remove her from the throne, have her executed because there is no other way he will take the throne. That if she is killed, and you tell me you do not like my tone."
I think I'm signaling what's your play here.
I think Twyla's just like, the way I see it, we have been very helpful to you. I just think it would be nicer if you just treated everyone with a little bit of respect. I understand this is a stressful time for you.
You have to understand.
When you reach out, he goes, just kind of grabs your hand, and he goes, "I will treat you with every ounce of respect this world has to offer. If you have Rhys able to be delivered to us, I do not know if you have that. So until you have brought over your end of the bargain, brought me out in the middle of the night to tell me that there is a conspiracy going on against the Queen, the fact that I am not the nice person you might hope I should be should not be a shock to you. Where is Rhys?"
Follow us.
And please keep the courtesy and the generosity of the Jackdaws in mind. With given the events of tonight, our guild has been hit hard by these conspirators in the last few days.
Yeah, Hawks have been in the streets. He just sort of turns to someone and goes, "I need to know where he is. I can't just follow you because I need to have other soldiers come and make sure that he is safe." He kind of turns to one of his people and goes, I need you to grab the closest battalion you can find. Where should they go? And I will be going with you there directly.
Have them meet us. I don't call it Cutthroat Alley. I call it, what is it, Waterford?
Yeah, Waterford. He goes, "Cutthroat Alley? Are you mad? He's being kept there?"
Wasn't our call.
He sort of turns and goes, "Do you tell him he's in the church, or do you just say Cutthroat Alley?"
I mean, they're following us to the.
Well, he's telling one person to go and then come back. Because his thing is, he wants to know exactly where it's at.
Oof. Yeah, because a soldier beating on the door of the church is definitely going to be conspicuous.
Well, he's telling one of his people to go and get other people, while he and a couple of other guards are going to follow you. But he's got.
And he's saying he wants it to be conspicuous too.
Well, he's saying he wants to bring enough people that there's nothing anybody can do about it. But he literally said to bring
he's bringing in backup.
He goes, "Bring the battalion." Like, he's looking at bringing a ton of people if this is true. Oh, give me just a second. I'll make a quick pee break. Be right back.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna. I think my indication to Twyla through whatever subterfuge I have available is do we have a strong reason not to provide this at the moment? Like, do you have a play that you want to angle for that you want me to back you on?
I think Twyla is like, nah. I think we're good now. I thought it was just fun to annoy this man.
All right. Get some stress relief after the last week we've had.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and if this is someone who gives a shit about the safety of the queen, he should respect your hesitance to potentially hand over evidence to her enemy.
For real. Yeah, no, I don't know. Something about these folk rub me the wrong way.
Nobility.
Oh, well, if you say you're loyal, then of course I should just believe you, right? Like these other 7 assholes. All right, what song is it now?
It's a song by M83. I'm blanking on the name though.
All right.
Yeah, so Twyla and I exchange a look, and I'd say, we have him in custody at the church of the. I named the church in Waterstone.
Okay. The church of the empty hand. He goes, grab people. Come, take me to him.
I've been busy hiding all of our loot.
We've won him free of his guards, but they're almost certainly searching for him now.
Yeah,
and I've been hiding our loot so that when the cops show up, there's not just a bunch of stolen loot all over the room.
Yeah, if you take him back, he follows you with some of his people to it. And when he comes in, he sees like if you show him to him, sees Rhys unconscious. He's like, clap him in irons. Take him to the castle. Have him imprisoned. Tell Her Majesty what's happened. He hands someone like eventually, as the battalion shows up, a shit ton of soldiers, hands them the proof that you've got, and sort of looks and goes, from what I saw in these documents, the Queen owes you a great deal. And she is someone who pays back those who do her kindness.
Great. We got a Lannister on our hands.
Is there anything you wish?
I think I reiterate that the Jackdaws have been dismantled and its leadership purged, imprisoned, or dead at the hands of these conspirators, and trying to secure the release of however many of the to reverse the roundup is of key importance to us.
Yeah, so that
to
point,
secure those who are still living and release them.
He sort of nods and goes, and kind of like offers his hand, and goes, "We will check these. We will see if this is a conspiracy, if this is what's happening. Everything we can do to put the Jackdaws back where they were shall be done. Freeing them from prison is not a difficulty. Sending the Hawks back is not a difficulty once we know that these are the people who are paying them."
Who are the Hawks?
What?
Who are the Hawks?
The Hawks are the mercenaries that were called in.
Oh, okay.
It was, if all of this fans out, the Queen owes you a great deal. See me if you have anything you need. The guy turns on his heel and then walks away. Do you do anything during the Mass the next day?
I think we should show up just to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, we're like up in the rafters and, balconies.
Yeah. So as everyone's you're kind of like up in the rafters. You've been in there before. You kind of know how to sneak in. Oh, that's right. Queen's very hard to find in this document because Queen shows up all over the place. Queen Elanora. As Queen Elanora sort of comes up and she just turns and goes, And it was discovered by loyalists to me yesterday. The following people had planned to remove me from the throne. And she, like, those, the thing is, the other people who had come to actually, like, remove her aren't showing up. And then, but she also mentions, like, the following are arrested today. My brother Rhys, and he's brought out in chains.
There's one lone whoop from the back.
Was brought here to be paraded before you to say that he was the heir to the throne. My father's will was clear. I am the firstborn. I am the one he left the country to. I am your queen. I tried to love my brother. I tried to show him mercy. And in return, with all he was given, all of his money, all of his wealth, all of his power, he sought more. For that, he will be executed in the morning. And as it sort of finishes up, you see, like, there's kind of a somber tone. It's a much more somber tone than is usually at this festival.
This festival.
And, well, the festival, this like, celebration. And during the next couple of days, not only do all the Jackdaws are released, Wigan and a bunch of others have gone into hiding. A number of the noble families that were a part of this have been arrested and their estates essentially sacked.
That's what we should have asked for, estates.
I have access to fake coin. I don't even know, like, estates. How? Like,
Yeah,
I suppose that's
like,
a legitimate source of wealth, you know. Parlay
like
this into
there
just
should
retiring comfortably.
there should be a character in some like apocalypse movie that's just wandering around the wasteland with a lottery ticket that's worth like $100 billion. Because that's what this is for us, basically.
Basically, yeah. You make a point. You make a fine point. An estate is a much more easily is much more easy to account for on paper.
All right, and it kind of pulls away. Camera pulls away. Fade to black. How much money did y'all make?
Woo!
Oh, let me tell you.
So.
2370 for me.
$37.40 for me.
Yeah, is your calculator like overflowing there, Laura? Because you got so much damn loot.
I am just doing some calculations here.
Carry the 7.
$84,327.
This totals 3 more fake coin.
So I think we did it right. Yeah. 4,370.
So 2370, 3740, and 4370.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you splitting that up or keeping just what they took?
You can go either way on that.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's kind of going to the guild, I'd be fine. I mean, it's not my guild, but it is setting things right, so I'd be fine even donating it. But I guess it's experience, so I'll go with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm flexible.
When you add it all up, you're looking at 10,480.
And divided by 3, that's 34.93, 34.94. Well, it's 34.94 to one person and 93 to the other two.
I'm fine with that.
It's basically you're taking pity on Paul and going, okay, both of us will give you some shit.
I guess I am kind of the mercenary here, I guess. Right?
And then as far as fake coin go, I had accounted for 4 fake coin and then had a stash of 2 more elsewhere. I don't know what happened to those 2 if they're still around. And I gave everybody a fake coin. I'm holding 2. slammed one down on the table, and I'm not sure I got it back. So let's say we have 5 Bitcoin left. One was submitted as evidence.
No, I wouldn't say you definitely took that back. Like,
Yeah,
they let me take it back?
Like,
right,
that's like
okay.
slamming $1 million bill on the table and going. Then the problem is, if Bitcoin can't be spent as easily as like just a bill. But
okay. So everybody's holding at least 1 Fakecoin, and communally we have 6, and I have no idea what to do with that number.
Well, I think that'll be a fun thing to kind of explore.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
I want to study them. That's what I want to do. I got all these Fae books. Or had.
And it's worth pointing out that there are two witches out there who apparently have access to 2 more coins.
So what I'm thinking now, so continue with this. There's a couple things to look at. Like, one, bringing those 2 witches back and making them like NPCs are important. Making the fake coins kind of a part of it, but then also one of the cool things I think with this would be like having like a job where basically like, especially if you're like, what would be something like a cool job for the 3 of you to look for, and then I could do that. I can seed a whole bunch of different eavesdrops that give you some possible places to go where you can't kind of go with all of them. They can be like, oh, here's a bunch of possibilities for making money. Which, if that sounds cool, if you're like, oh, hey, these kinds of jobs sound like they'd be cool, I can then kind of grab a map, put something together, and be like, okay, when you're going next time, here's all this stuff. And then working the fake coins and those 2 witches into probably an overarching story.
Well, while they were off fetching the guard, I was flipping through those magic and Fae books and just taking down some notes. So I think one of my directions is going to be start to gather up some more of this information books lore about Faecoin and things like that.
I'm almost wondering if we've sort of, the 3 of us, by virtue of having dealt with a threat to the realm, have sort of graduated into sort of a off-the-books spy, off-the-books intel position. Like, we've probably come to the notice of Her Majesty, and going back to just thieving for the Jackdaws after that seems somewhat disjoint.
Oh, I was kind of thinking we're the ruling council of the Jackdaws, but you know, if you want to like, if your ambitions are lesser, then I guess we can go with that.
You know, that's another way to put it. The Jackdaws have been hollowed out by this, and they need capable leadership. So we could structure jobs around basically running the Thieves Guild
and turn it into a spy agency. Because you know, there were some people and I'm saying this in bold, some cowards that went into hiding instead of like fighting for their guild and their country. So if any of them want to come back to leadership positions, they're going to be on probation for a while. As far as, I mean, I'm not really in the guild, but I'm just as a suggestion for the restructuring that they're going to be on probation.
Would you be inducted into the guild now?
Well, I think what I had said when I joined is that like I'm part of like a smaller group of like magical thieves that aren't really associated with one of the main ones. And when one of the guilds has like something that are dealing with magic, we're kind of like free agents that will like go along for a job to kind of as like advisors of like, don't touch that, don't put that in your mouth, you know.
So it's not like, it could be something where you are kind of brought in to maybe help with spy intel that also goes with like the Jackdaws restructuring as like a future job.
Okay,
that'd be cool. Sweet. So do we want to keep Saturday nights, or we want to choose another time? My Sundays at like 1 o'clock just opened up.
Saturdays are generally good for me. Next Saturday, I have another class, so I won't be able to do next Saturday. And then on June, like the 6th, 7th, 8th, whichever one of those, there's another class that I'm like there's 2 other people that are supposed to be teaching them, that if one of them backs out, they'll probably ask me. So okay. There's a chance that the 3 Saturdays from now might not work.
Or do we want to go with that Tuesday, the time we tried before? That I know that Will was saying it was a time zone thing.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making people wait. That was a brain fart on my part, and I think I indicated that Tuesdays.
Was that Tuesday? 'Cause Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I have Usagi Jimbo.
That was
Tuesdays
Wednesday.
that gets tricky for me.
That was Wednesday that we tried
Wednesday.
that.
Wednesday.
Wednesday's pretty good.
Yeah, Wednesday's good.
Wednesdays are open for me.
And that was 1 or 2 Central.
Do we have a time that works better for
Yeah, I can probably do 2. Yeah, I can probably do 2 Central.
Okay. So Wednesday at 2 Central?
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome.
That works for me because basically my classes, almost all my classes are done now. Essentially, I've got like 1.5 that are kind of still going on, but like not really. So yeah, I am Wednesday actually works well for me.
Awesome.
All right.
In which case, awesome. That was cool.
Yeah, it turns out we're kind of badasses.
Who would have thought?